was trash, bro.
For Mortal Kombat, real Mortal Kombat fans, we understand that it's a classic. The first one, the second one was trash.
There's no excuse for not having Raiden do
I thought the
nothing.
second one, LB, was only on Netflix, bro. I didn't even know the second one was actually in theaters.
Oh, that was terrible.
It came out the same year.
That shit was
It came
whack.
out
The
the
second
same
one,
year Storm did. Storm was horrible. So we got a double whammy that year. 97 was a really bad year, though.
I'm gonna watch the movie right now. So
Double Dragon, bro.
RNS.
Double Dragon was another trash movie.
Oh, super trash.
Oh, Double Dragon was terrible. Oh my god. I don't know what they were thinking about.
Super Mario live action. That was awful too.
That shit was horrible.
Street Fighter was trash.
Street Fighter.
I hated that. I hated that Super Mario.
Soundtrack was lit though. Street Fighter soundtrack.
Scorpion Spear was a fucking bird. Like, bro, there's no excuse for somebody.
Right.
But we still gave it a pass because of.
I ain't give it a pass. I still enjoyed the movie, but I didn't give it a pass, but I enjoyed the movie.
To this day, they take scenes and put those in the game like they did Mortal Kombat X, like in 2015. They had the scene with Scorpion bouncing behind Johnny Cage. They put that in the movie story, in the story mode. They put that in.
I'm just saying, they took some of the freshest shit in the game and made it whack. That's all I'm saying.
True.
I can't fuck with that, Dad. I cannot fuck with that.
AOT.
Like, remember how cool Reptile was? Reptile was cool until you seen he was a statue. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, come on.
And this new one, it don't look no different. They just taking Deadly Alliance Reptile and putting them in the movie.
Yeah, they put him.
The one that nobody really liked. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's who they put.
I remember Sub-Zero had a game on the first PlayStation. It was like a spinoff.
Oh yeah, Mythology.
That shit was whack. I hated that game.
That game was horrible.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Said, man, what is this shit?
Can't get jiggy with this shit.
Some of the stuff in Mortal Kombat 11, they actually like.
You would think it would work. You know what I'm saying? You would think it would work because Sub-Zero was cool.
That game was broken.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was, the controls was terrible on that shit. Like, uncontrollable.
Yeah. People beat the game, but still, like, I never beat that shit back in the day. I was like, I don't know how to beat this shit.
Yeah, and I didn't have the patience. It's like that game with Michael Jordan had a game where he was fighting Ghost. I remember I told you.
Oh, shit.
The Windy City, yeah, it was something, the Windy City something, dad. Yeah.
Hey, C-Pen, that's your man's. That's your man, C-Pen. That's your man's. That's your man's. My dog had NBA shootout. My dog had shootout.
You know who had the trashiest basketball game back in the day? Just think about it. Who could have had the possible?
Shaq Fu, yeah. Yeah, Shaq Fu was terrible.
That shit was cool.
You said basketball.
Scottie Pippen, let me tell you something. Scottie Pippen had a game on Sega CD.
Oh God!
That shit was
Oh God! Oh God!
Need to YouTube that. YouTube it, yo. Scottie Pippen be talking shit at the end with this weak ass earring. Shit is trash, yo. Shit is trash.
It was a street ball game. Like, I don't know how they made that shit work, but it was a street ball game. They used like Scottie Pippen and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I think that shit was so trash.
On Super Nintendo with the Looney Tunes characters though, because that came out I think like the same year or the year before Space Jam did. That game was fire.
I know what you're talking about, bro.
It came out on Super Nintendo.
Mad trash, bro. Oh my god.
But Shaq Fu was horrible. Like I got that shit on my 7th birthday.
Yeah, bro. I didn't care for Barkley Shut Up and Jam was alright.
No, I saw when they said
that shit was trash too, but it wasn't as trash as the Shaq Fu, nigga. Shaq Fu was just garbage,
Shaq used that in the trailer,
yeah,
right?
it was funny the way
the new Shaq Fu that came out 2 years ago.
Every time he hit a person, like Shafu.
Yeah,
nigga, you couldn't barely control this shit.
Yeah, the controls made no sense on that game.
Nigga, the controls were terrible,
I couldn't even figure out how to
terrible.
do certain moves. I'm like, yo, how you do this? How you do this? Like, I think I needed like the cheat code book. Like this is how old school that shit is. You needed like the book, the cheat code book from Blockbuster.
Yeah.
As soon as he said who had the worst game, I was like, oh, Shaq.
No,
HD.
No, MA play.
They made fun of it though, like, cause Shaq used the old game in the trailer. He was like, this game is trash, and then they remade the game into a whole different game in 2017.
Oh yeah, I played that one.
Yeah, I played that. Like it's a beat 'em up now. It's like Streets of Rage or some shit. It's like that.
Yeah,
like,
that's a classic right there. Streets of Rage. Okay.
Streets of Rage 2. That was the one.
Yeah, they got the recent one that came out last year.
The niggas was talking about me today. That shit was funny.
That's the
I like Final Fight too.
I used to love Final Fight too.
Yeah.
It was one movie that made me love Final Fight. That everybody had like a little like a little throw and shit, like a back throw and shit, like my man would slam you on his, like, do a suplex a nigga and shit. And that's how I used to keep all the bad guys on the one screen and shit, on one side of the screen. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise they just surround you and mob.
I played that with my cousin. I played Fighting Force on the Nintendo 64. Fighting Force on 64s though too.
Yeah.
Fighting Force.
Y'all got to look up that Scottie Pippen game, man. Y'all gonna be cracking up. The storyline is trash, and when I say Scotty's at the end, I'm like, look at this bitch ass nigga here.
And if you want to bring up like another trash Mortal Kombat game, people bringing up mythologies. Let's not forget about Special Forces, dog.
Oh yeah.
With Jax, it was the same game like mythologies, but that shit was even more trash than mythology.
Yeah.
That shit.
On the PlayStation 1, I was like, dog, this shit is horrible.
Sometimes people just try different ideas and you could tell they wasn't thinking right. I'm like, man, well, who's sitting around
I give them credit for that back in the day, unlike now where they just... Now it's just
like mythologies could have been dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Giving niggas, you could just run around like you said, like Double Dragon style and fucking beat motherfuckers up and use the, that shit could be fun. They just, the execution of it was fucked up.
I don't know if y'all ever played that game.
Hey, when that guy came in earlier, he had his name as Trans or Hot. And he went back out and then he put King of the League as his name.
That's
Trans or Hot.
Trans are hot.
Yeah, saying that trans are hot.
Oh man, see, yeah.
What's the last time? Oh no, who was that? Nigga, HD. Remember somebody was saying that shit in the chat?
Mr. V. Mr. V said that in the Sino chat, and I told y'all, King of the League is just Mr. V. Dude, it's so easy to put 2 to 2 together. It's like, because every time he hopped in, he got like 2 accounts. It's Mr. V and King of the League, and he put in Mr. V as Trans or Hot. He came in here, you know how you enter the screen and I gotta pull you in? He had Trans or Hot. And then he got back out quick, came back in and put King of the League. And I'm like, I just saw what you did, nigga. Like, I'm supposed to be dumb or something? Okay, I'm going to bring you in and listen to this.
Trash, all right. Does that mean he like trenches?
Yeah, he like trans. Dude, he said trans are hot, Sterling. That's what that means.
He like the game.
Tell me, nigga, look at that.
No. I'm telling you, Sterling. He said trans are hot. Yeah, he likes trannies.
He likes trans.
Motherfucker said that shit in the chat the other night, like trans are hot.
Yeah. That's who it was. He's the same person.
Yeah, with the fire emojis.
Hell no.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dog.
Oh, he must be one of Lex John's homeboys.
I should just.
Right.
You should have asked him, why you coming here?
In the same circle with the Cisco nigga, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lakers win again.
They best friends.
Is that the guy y'all was on that one live where he was like, I'm trying to talk to the main guy? The car, he couldn't pronounce car. The K nigga. The K.
Yeah.
He just kept saying, the K nigga.
Shit up, nigga. I could drink your dog.
No,
he said, AT. What is your real name? What is your full name?
Nigga, that was freestyling. How that's all freestyling and shit. That shit was crazy.
Right.
Yeah, because his shit was whack.
Yeah, I heard one gay bar.
No, he said more than one gay bar. That nigga said 3 or 4.
He had a bunch of them, guys. He was letting them all fly, too.
Yep.
He said he was letting them fly.
And Christian was like, "Oh, we gonna act like we ain't just hear that. We gonna act like we not."
We gonna just skip past that. That shit reminded me when Kevin Hart's dad told me to suck dick for a living.
Yeah, Sean. Yeah, when Kevin Hart dad said that, he was like, wait a minute.
We ain't about to just act like you just didn't say that. You gonna drink from one cup. You put your name on that one cup. You gonna drink from that one cup.
No. It wasn't his dad. It wasn't his dad at first. It was his uncle. And his uncle said his dad was there. His dad just came in talking about, all right. He just came in on it. Like, he didn't even know what happened.
These motherfucking words.
In your face, bitch. Y'all missed because me and Sean, we just had a cipher. We had a cipher.
Oh, with Mookie, that dumbass nigga.
Oh, bro. Last night I was 0 to 100 real quick last night.
No, not last night. Before the last day, cause I was spitting. Then Sean, Sean was spitting. Then Mookie was spitting. Well, the Mookie was saying the funniest shit.
Yeah, that nigga, me and Asian, we was spitting our bars. I don't know what that nigga. It was crazy.
Y'all was spitting? Where y'all was spitting at? Ticket shit?
No, we was actually battling. We was battling.
Oh. No, the night we all was freestyling, that was the night Cino should have recorded. That bitch went hard.
That shit
was funny.
I didn't record it. I was like, damn.
He's like, I didn't even record it. Like, what?
And that was the best stream ever. That would have been a classic stream, dog. Everybody would have been like, oh man, we gotta come back. These niggas was going off.
This nigga was like, nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga.
Yeah,
like, nigga, like, nigga, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, see, I was just about to bring that up. Hell yeah.
That nigga died. He was nuclear, like, quick, man. Like, not even quick. It took him a minute. Then just once he crossed that line, he was like, nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga.
I'm just saying, dog. Man,
I want to hear your whack shit.
But dog, I'm just being honest. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. Like T over there lit. I'm lit, nigga. You fucking our whole thing up. We feeling good. You fucking it up with this whack shit. I want to hear some fire shit. I thought I was gonna hear some Kendrick Lamar or some J. Cole or some raw. I heard motherfucking Lil Dicky.
No, because I heard of like the Snoop. He like Snoop Dogg, but like a homeless version of it.
No, I ain't gonna try my dog Snoop like that, man. At least Snoop would have came with some bars.
Snoop Dogg is raw,
nigga. Yeah.
But not that raw.
No, we gonna call that nigga like that nigga is your boy Lil Pump and them. That's who he from. He that type of artist.
That nigga's like, nigga.
Man, don't get me started on Pump.
That nigga's like. I don't even want to call him I can't even call him like a Silk the Shocker or nothing like that.
No, I think Silk better. I think Silk better, dog, and I don't even like Silk.
Silk the Shocker like that.
Because they would say, don't sit him down. Everybody start fighting.
What'd you say, C-Pen?
I said he kept repeating himself over and over again, bro.
Yeah.
My bar.
Yeah, nigga, you ain't Mike Jones. Only Mike Jones could do that.
Hey,
He's dialogue.
Where old boy been at? Where old dude been at who was kicking that, kick your bars and shut up. Kick your
Oh, yeah. Man, he disappeared. It was. He killed it.
Like some wild
I ain't seen him since
That sound like wild out.
He said, "Young kicking my boy." The guy was like, "Kick your balls and shut up."
Kick your balls and shut up.
Sound like some wild out shit.
That joke was raw. That was raw though. That got it kicked off.
I was dying. I was like.
Sterling was over there crying, dog. Like, this shit is funny, dog. These niggas is wild.
Kick your balls and shut up.
Kick your balls and shut
That nigga Shaw came in there spitting like, nigga, he was mad at the world, nigga. Like, hold up. My turn.
No, if you want to hear Sean back when we were spinning the ticket, he's trying to sound like Drake.
Hey man, get off my dog like that, man. Sean left field, but he a good left field, man. You know what I'm saying? He cool, man. He a left field. He go left and left. Like, he way left. We like, Sean, we over here. Nah, man, I'm over here. I gotta go left today.
HG got a Gemini brother, so he know what it is.
Oh, God. You motherfuckers be switching up. If I don't catch y'all on the right day, dog, I'm gonna be left with y'all like these niggas. I'm not going there today with you. You gonna stay over there with your evil twin, nigga. I ain't got time for that evil nigga. That evil nigga come out, I gotta cuss his ass out. Like, man, shut your ass up.
Oh, God. Real talk.
Shit. And then living with y'all motherfuckers? Oh, God. I needed 2 extra dub bags. I needed a whole QP and shit dealing with y'all.
Them niggas got me hot last night. It was like them niggas kept trying to trigger me, dog. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna shoot.
You just lost your game.
I'm gonna shoot.
That's it.
Sean didn't lose his damn mind.
Sean, who you done pissed off?
On his square, bro.
Look, let me tell you, this light skinned fool here. This light skinned fool here.
Curry standing up. I'm glad someone was understanding.
Sometimes Mookie on me too.
They lost to the Celtics, right?
Come on,
I don't know.
That's why I was glad. I'm glad somebody understood where I was coming from.
Hold on, hold on, real quick, Sean.
This nigga getting emotional.
Sean. No, Sterling, what happened? What you were saying, Sterling?
So Curry lost. They lost to the Celtics. So Celtics made a comeback. So we was like, oh,
JT was balling last night.
No, because we all knew that Sean was gonna snap. So Sean comes in and he started going off. He blames KD. Like, he blames KD for what happened with the Warriors.
Yeah, y'all just.
Sean was this emotional that night, man. He just had to let it out.
That's that dog. That's Sean straight. That's that Gemini nigga. That's just the other side, bro. I understand. I understand. I can't get mad at him. I understand.
Hey, HD, you know when you pissed off and someone just keep poking at you?
Right.
They just hitting every nerve to make you pissed off.
Right. Just like.
What's wrong with
why you poking the bear?
Why you poking the bear?
The bear gonna bite your ass.
No, because we was going off on Curry. Then I think he got fed.
I got fed up, nigga. I'm just
y'all know he like Curry, man. Y'all listen. Him and C Pen gonna go off about that light ass nigga. Y'all can't be getting on them light ass niggas. They gonna come and cuss your ass out.
The great part was he started spitting. He started spitting that Mookie.
Oh, Mookie, man, because Mookie be going overboard sometimes, dog.
I remember we were talking about the NCAA tournament, and Mookie brought up Kawhi Leonard. Like, nigga, we talking about the NCAA tournament.
Why is he bringing up Kawhi?
That whole stream last night was not even directed to anyone but Mookie, because Mookie, he just kept pushing my buttons. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm about to put this nigga in his place. I was like, Mookie, I am in my bag. I am in my bag, Mookie. Mookie had none. Man, when I say I put that nigga in his place, I put that nigga in his place.
I am in my bag.
And all them niggas was co-signing with that nigga. They was like, "Oh, Sean, you don't need to be doing this." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Y'all niggas can say all this shit y'all want to say. I'ma say my shit. Fuck that, nigga."
Cause you was tripping, nigga.
Them niggas, I'm like, what the fuck? Sterling, how many times do you hear them niggas? Nigga, we just literally today heard that nigga Will go off.
Yeah, come on. Will went off today. Yeah, they got it. Will was heated, and
Will went off because we was talking about the Knicks. Because the Knicks, they just won the game, and then
all them niggas came in.
Like, and Miles and Spiffy was roasting the shit.
Someone got mad.
We got a lot of niggas.
No, someone had said something about the niggas. They said the job not done.
Yeah, it was Maz. Will was getting mad at Maz.
They said the job not done yet.
Yeah, that was Maz.
Then once he said the job not done yet, they still it's still regular season. They're gonna lose to the playoff. They're gonna lose first round of the playoff. And then all of a sudden, these two New York dudes, they just snapped.
Yeah, Wilson was like, shut your fat ass
up. On the real, bro. On the real, I ain't even gonna cap, dog. There's a lot of hypocrisy on that panel. The only nigga that keep that shit 100 is Ticket, bro. That's the only nigga, bro.
Raise your hand, nigga. Raise your hand.
Shut your ass up, Mars. Shut your ass up, niggas.
Yo,
he talked about that man weight. He said, nigga, you better put that burger down, nigga, your fat ass.
It's just like, bro. How I
put that burger. You say you better put that food down with your fat ass. You need to go to Weight Watchers.
Oh damn, that's messed up.
It's like how I feel. It's just like, come on, nigga. Like this nigga Curry will drop like 60 points on a nigga. They gonna bring up his past and shit. And they be like, yeah, I don't think Steph Curry he this. I don't think Steph Curry that. And it's like, damn, motherfucker, y'all just gonna shit on like that. I be like, hold on, nigga, fuck that shit. Cause y'all niggas be fucking.
And then Maz will start capping for Harden.
It'd be some bias ass shit. This nigga Mookie over here talking about the
next thing you know, you just heard. Then next you know, you just heard Randy.
If Kawhi Leonard was on the Warriors, they'd be the fifth. Like, fuck that shit. No, they wouldn't. That nigga need a point guard.
They say Kawhi.
The fuck?
No, I think Mookie said overrated. He said Curry was overrated.
Yeah. Oh, that's what setting me off.
You snapped.
Who said who was overrated?
That nigga said Steph Curry overrated.
He said Steph Curry was overrated, and then all of a sudden,
Steph Curry's not overrated. The only thing Steph Curry thing is Curry's a guy who plays. He's a guy who plays off the ball. He's a guy who needs to run in a system. That's all. Like, if you run the perfect system to him and you got the right pieces around him.
2 MVPs kind of make him overrated.
T stupid as hell. Oh God. That boy T is a Leo, boy.
See, the thing is with us, bro, like, y'all my brothers, man, like, y'all don't try to get a nigga mad for no reason, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga,
like,
T do, nigga. T do.
Listen, man, I always got to do the devil's advocate.
Unanimous. No,
but he just snapped. No, I don't know what happened, but Mookie just snapped it in the strongest way. You motherfucker.
Nah, the reason I be getting on Mookie because it comes from such a hate. It's such a hate with that nigga because he's a
Kawhi sexual, man.
Oh, okay. Oh Lord. I'm new to this.
I was like, Ession, if I can admit,
he told Mookie, he said, this man Mookie, he told Mookie that man drinking Pepto Bismol.
They was trying to get on me because they was like, oh, Sean, he a Curry sexual. I was like, all right, if I'm a Curry sexual, nigga, then y'all niggas are Kawhi sexuals, nigga. He just said he a Curry sexual. So everybody was running off that. Oh, he a Curry sexual. He just admitted it. He a Curry sexual.
Oh my God, dog.
Mookie said he was pistol with somebody over Kawhi Leonard. I was like, wow, I never knew Kawhi had fans like this. He said he pistol.
Hold up. Hey, Sterling, hold on, Clip. Did you just say this nigga said he would pistol whip somebody over Kawhi Leonard?
Yes, he did.
Oh my God, dog. Are you serious?
Did I go on camera?
If you famous, you went on camera. Do you really want them kind of fans? You know what I'm saying?
Right. I don't need. Yeah, dog.
It was dark as fuck. I couldn't even see myself in that shit.
Oh man. C-Pen stupid. C-Pen said it's dark as fuck.
It really was dark as fuck. He was dark and he just snapped.
And them niggas was like, Sean, you gonna get your ass banned again? You keep talking like I was like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. If I get blocked, nigga, I'ma stand on my square, nigga. Fuck that shit.
I said that.
But what you gonna get blocked for? I don't see why you would get blocked. You just saying how you feel.
Cause them niggas don't like they can say all they truth they want, but as soon as you speak
is bipolar sometimes. They just be bipolar.
If that truth don't hit their truth, they ain't gonna fuck with it.
Oh,
that's how I see it.
Well, I mean, but everybody is.
Everybody talk shit on Tiki TV. That's the thing.
Right,
but get mad at Sean. Everybody talk their shit.
Yeah, but to me, if you gonna talk,
the moment a nigga like me go off, bro, they like, oh fuck this nigga. Like they make it seem like I ain't supposed to have an opinion and shit. Like now, nigga, I'ma speak my shit. What you mean?
No, you speak your joint, man. I mean, it's just like I just feel like people like, to me is this. Curry to me is a guy who he to me, for what the media is making him out to be, is overrated to me, because he's not a top 5 point guard. To me, he's more of a 2 guard than a point. But that doesn't mean he's not a superstar or he's a bad player. It's just that I can't put you over the Gary Paytons or the Stocktons or those guys, because they played the game. They played the point like the point. That's why I don't compare old school players to new school. You can't do it. Guys play different. The point guards today are point guards, but they're shoot first. They're what the 2 guards were back in the day. So you can't really compare these guys. Like you can't really put Curry on a list.
And to me, it's like, listen, I mean, I can say that I feel like Curry is the greatest shooter of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, that in itself makes him one of the greats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. He is.
So when I have my criticism of Curry, he's like, if you're one of the greatest shooters of all time, I mean, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you up there.
Yeah.
But man, when it comes, like, you know.
But when you talk about Steph Curry, bro, it don't come from a hate. Like,
because I don't hate him.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
When these niggas talk about Steph Curry, nigga, there's a different level of hate for this man, bro. There's a different level. I don't know what it is.
I just, you know why I think they hate Steph is because a lot of guys, like, they see themselves more in Dame Lillard than they do Steph. And I think a lot of guys hate Steph Curry because they feel like, because he's the pretty boy, he the light-skinned dude, he's a nice guy, he gets all this love, and Dame Lillard's over here in little old Portland trying to get that team over the hump. You know,
Steph is better than Dame. Fuck that.
Yeah, he is. No, he is. Steph is better than Dame. Yeah, like, that's no question. Yeah. We not going to argue that, yeah, because Dame lost to New Orleans that year. It's like, you can't, I'm sorry, you lost to New Orleans, dog. Like, that's a stain, dog. And you had a squad. Your squad was better. Like, I can't, you know, he done had some flameouts in the playoffs,
that lost
dog.
in 2019.
Right, and then you were leading Golden State.
Game.
You were leading Golden State every game, and they had no KD, and y'all lost.
Yep.
So I'm sorry, I can't put you over Steph. It was you and CJ against Steph and Clay.
Yep, that's when I would have been like, one of y'all gotta go. It's like y'all are not better than these niggas, you know?
Right,
like, like, something's got to change and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's the facts. It's like, I'm not finna sit here and lie. Like, I was critical of Steph because I just feel like if you're that guy, you got to pull your team above water. You got to get your team in the playoffs. I'm not saying he got to win a chip this year or all of that, but he got to at least get his team to the playoffs. That's all I said. But at the end of the day, I F with Curry. I'll go get a Curry jersey tomorrow. I mess with Curry.
I mean,
Curry
they could be in it if Draymond's bum ass. I don't know what is about him.
Well, to me,
they just let him.
Well,
He's
yeah.
a double agent, bro.
He's a role
player. Role player. Oh God.
He won.
My thing is, bro, with some of these niggas, some of these niggas that be throwing like sneak shots, like, I can't be giving, like, you a fanboy. It's like, why can't I just root for the nigga I like watching, bro? Like, just because you got a perspective on basketball, like, the smartest niggas could be the dumbest niggas. Don't think for a second just because you feel you got more little knowledge in basketball and shit. Don't mean you
Sean, I done got kicked out of Facebook groups because I said I just don't see LeBron as a top 50 or 80 player. They banned me from the group. So I was like, okay. I got banned. I'm like, okay. I got banned from the group.
Yeah, I got kicked out from the clubhouse.
Like, man, fuck you, can't come in the club. No HDs allowed. Clubhouse, man.
Yeah, like they get bad. I was there. I was in the barbershop. The barbershop, they got mad at me and everything. And I told him, like, dude, like, okay, I asked him, so what makes him great? He puts up these stats and everything. Okay, he puts in these stats in an era where the defense is weak. There's no hand checking. You can't touch nobody or it's a foul. So how?
And to be honest, these days it's like 27, 7, and 7 ain't shit.
It's not. It's not. It's not.
Got Luka posting up triple doubles in his sleep.
Yep.
Everybody does. Everybody does.
Trey Young be averaging.
Yeah, like talking about him.
I looked the other night. This nigga Nikolai Joker is averaging like 25, like what was it, like 12 and like 9 assists, something like that.
Yeah. Right.
Joker, dog. Joker. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Right.
That's not like with HD said about him. I got kicked out of Clubhouse with C-Pain. He was there when I said something about Quinn Cook, and then Quinn Cook got mad.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, damn.
Quinn Cook was there.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I just can't put you in. It's hard to get in my top 20, dog. Like, it just gotta be, you gotta be that nigga. You just gotta be. I can't just put you up there with the greats and stuff. Like, I tell people, like, I don't see it, dog. I think Sam Cassell was a better ball player than LeBron. And that's not hating. It's just facts. I watched him. Right. Sam was nice. Right. It's like people look at you like you delusional. I'm like, dude, I watched Sam Cassell every team he went to. He was Rondo before Rondo. He was getting teams to the playoffs. Like, what is you talking about? Like, y'all niggas don't.
He didn't play the whole season. We got him ready for the playoffs.
Facts.
Did his motherfucking thing.
Facts. Like the Minnesota T-Wolves, they wouldn't have got as far. KG wouldn't have got as far as he did if it weren't for Cassell and Spreewell on that squad. They was going off.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
because KG is a number 2.
Yes. Yes, he is. He is
not a number 1.
Thank you, T, for telling people that, because everybody used to get mad at me when I would say Tim Duncan and Rasheed were better, and everybody want to fight me. I'd be like, all right.
So they were better. What?
Thank you, C-Pig. Thank you, C-Pig. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, my little cousin, he loved KG. I'm like, dog. Honestly, dog, KG is a guy who got a lot of bark, but his bite ain't equal to that bark. I'm just saying. I watched him.
So ain't.
Because there's some games he really flamed out, cuz, where they should have won.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Rasheed used to give that nigga the business, and he be talking about ball don't lie.
Oh,
that shit used to work, dog.
It did though.
Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, Sean, dog, you ain't got nothing to feel bad about, dog. You always welcome over here, dog. You know what I'm saying? We got kicked out, you know, like Don Cheeto said, send that nigga to the rejects. You know what I'm saying? It's all right, man. We good over here, dog. We gonna make it.
I'm telling you right now, if the Lakers lose in the playoffs, I am posting that clip all over.
Man, send him to the rejects. Man, Don Cheeto funny as hell, dog. He said send him to the rejects. I'm like, damn, that nigga going to the rejects? Damn.
My son.
Right. What you do with my son? Oh my God, I'm a cartoon character. Oh.
Oh, man. Don Cheeto.
Real tired. Hell yeah.
So, Sean, you good, man? You ain't got a word. I mean, we don't hate Steph Curry. Like, we're going to tell you how we feel. You know what I'm saying? T going to tell you the shit. He going to say how he feel anyway. You know, so you good. Like, we ain't got no problem with Steph, man. Steph's a great player. It's just that, you know, he's a guy who needs another guy there that could get that off of him a little bit, and he'll be straight. And he'll be tough to beat. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of guys. Yeah, there's a lot of guys. Yeah. There's a lot of guys out there who needed that, dog. Shoot.
Yep, a lot. A lot of the, you know, people we've been, that's what we've been talking about all night, the difference between the 1s and 2. That's why I call Kevin Garnett a 2.
Yep.
You know, because we kind of just, as we've been going along talking about different shit, niggas pop up and they be like, now that's the number 1. That's the number 2. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like me, Charles Barkley was my favorite player of the 90s. But he was a number 2, dog. Like, he's an alpha off the court. He's tough, hard-nosed. But on the court, dog, he need that other guy to go off. And when Kevin Johnson ain't go off, they struggle.
They struggle.
They struggle.
It's the West.
Huh?
Man.
Russell Westbrook, he's another one.
Westbrook. Now this the thing. This the thing. Westbrook, if Westbrook to me is a guy who has that personality to be a one.
As a dog, but then this is IQ.
His basketball IQ is just low. If his basketball IQ was higher, he would be official, you know. But but see, he's good because you know why? He's the number one on that team because Bradley Beal, he's more of a 2, but he's a raw ass 2. He like a nigga that it's like, damn, that nigga raw. He like this trait from being a 1, but he's a 2, but he's a real great 2. Borderline could be a 1. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like CJ McCollum. He's a great guy, but he's a number 2.
He's a number 2.
You feel me?
I mean, really, in Washington, and this is what happens with some teams and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you know, like how Minnesota was, you know what I'm saying, with Kevin Garnett and Spreewell. You got 2 number 2s on the team and shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You think one could be a 1, but he really just a 2.
He just a 2. It's like, like he like Trunks. He was almost Super Saiyan 2, but you right there. You not there. You the
he right. He's not quite Super Saiyan 3 yet.
Right. He's stuck in between. He's 1.5. He's 1.5. Super Saiyan 1.5. You know that's who
like
Trunks
the point
is.
where they get to where they can just, you know, when they first get it, they can only do it every once in a while. They gotta get to that point where you're doing that shit you can just snap and do that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because Bradley Beal, like, why do you think Bradley Beal want to stay in Washington? Like, he likes Westbrook. He needs a Westbrook to take that off of him. Westbrook can handle the pressure of a 1. He could get cussed out and they could say you trash, and Westbrook's still gonna go out there, triple double.
Be the light skinned version of Nicholas and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, hold on. AT is like this. Oh! He be running down the court. Hey, Clem. He be like, oh! Rocking the baby on niggas. I be like, this nigga West. I said, look, I don't care what a nigga tell me. Westbrook my nigga, dog. I'm sorry. I like that nigga. He stay the same. He don't give a damn. We lost by 30. He still tries best to get you back in the game.
Oh, absolutely, man.
I love him, man.
About West, like, you know, I mean about Russ. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like he got like he could be a number 1. He got the mind state.
He do.
He can go
you know
5 for 20.
He do.
He still be talking shit.
Yeah. That's what I like about him. I'm like, nigga, you still Westbrook, nigga, but you still trying to ball. Nigga, Westbrook. Yeah. That nigga there, dog, is either his shot gonna be broke or he gonna ball for broke, nigga. He don't give a damn.
Damn, like, what damn, I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Put some respect on Westbrook's name.
Yeah, got to.
Yeah, man.
Got to. That's Beastbrook. Like, I had to give him some. I gotta shout him out on the video I'm gonna do later, man. I got to. The dude stay the same. Like, you know.
I had to debate my homeboy though. I was like, all right, you getting mad hype. They ain't going to the playoffs now, relax.
No, they could though. They been balling. They on a win streak.
I mean, this the East.
This the East, yeah.
They can sneak in there for sure.
Yeah.
What are they? If they're number 10 or 9 or something like that, they can get put in that tournament shit.
Yeah, because they're tied. LB, they're tied with Chicago. Them and Toronto are all like right there.
Right there. They like gonna get 2 games of each other.
Right.
What is the 7 and 8 seed? Who's the 7 and 8 seed?
Miami is 7 and Charlotte is 8. Indiana is 9 and Chicago and Washington are tied for 10. And Toronto is 12.
What is this tournament shit? Because I'm like,
okay, basically it's 7 through 10. 7 and 8's gonna play. Whoever wins that game automatically goes to the 7 seed. Now, whoever wins the 9 and 10 game, they have to play the loser of the 7th and 8th seed to get in.
Okay. But what, like, so is it part of the playoff, or is it like the last?
It's like before the playoffs.
Yep, this is how it's gonna be. They ain't about to go back.
This shit is stupid.
Yeah, it is. It's dumb.
Yeah, that shit don't even sound.
I hope this is a one-time thing.
No, you know what they're doing it like? They're doing it like March Madness. They added those extra seeds in March Madness. They're basically trying to do it. But to me, why don't you just have the first seed a bye week and then you just have everybody else play each other? If you're going to do it like that.
Man, this is more stupid than the NFL adding the extra wild card. Like,
I think when the play-in tournament starts, I think like the people that watch it, I think it'll be cool. Like when people start watching it to see how it really is. I think it's gonna gravitate to the playoffs more. Like it's gonna make people more into what's gonna happen in the playoffs. Even though I'm a little biased, that's all.
Well, man, I'm with Luka. That's stupid.
Number one, I think they're gonna have to come to the reality is everybody not paying for cable.
No, they not.
That's number one. That's the main reason why a lot of these young niggas not watching the games or watching the highlights is they ain't got no damn money to pay for cable.
Hey, bro, I ain't paying my money for no league pass when the playoffs get. I got every section.
Yeah, it's like that too. But also you got to look at the gameplay. Everybody plays the same. Remember when we were growing up, everybody played different. Like one night you may have a team like the teams today who run a lot, who run the court, full court, run all day. Then you got a team who play in the half court, who slow it down no matter what. They slowing that bitch down. So if you're a team that like to run, they usually used to beat you because they would beat you by playing a slow game and running the half court. So everybody had different styles. Then you had a style where you had 2 guards who were raw. Or you had a style where you had 3 big forwards. Like your small forward was damn near 6'10", you know, and you was banging guys. So it was different styles. That's why we watched it. You had guys like Popeye Jones, Sidney Moncrief, and you just saw different guys. It just all wasn't about the superstars. It was guys who you gravitated to. But then you got these guys today who are all playing alike, and then too many people are going from team to team instead of just staying on one team. Like it was back in the day. Everybody where it was back in the day stayed on the same team for a long time. They didn't just leave. They left like
LB wanted Trae Young to go to the Knicks.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, chill, LB.
What's the problem? What's the problem? That's all I'm saying.
Just got there.
But they don't. But to me,
the last person to stay on one team was Kobe. Like that shit been dead.
And Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan and Dirk Nowitzki too. Tim Duncan and Dirk Nowitzki. Yeah. So, like I said, I feel what you're saying, but I mean, if Trae Young go there, that's cool. I mean, but I don't feel they need him. Julius Randle is growing up in front of our eyes, dog. He has really been balling. All they got to do is just...
Listen, you're not hearing me, dog. Like, as a Knicks fan, I'm out of patience, my nigga. This is it. We green with shoot for the stars, dog. Just...
I'm not aiming for the moon. I'm not aiming for the moon, dog. I'm not aiming for the moon.
30 years of my life.
You just gotta sit back and let let's work, dog.
No, I'm not on that Philly shit. I'm not on that Philly shit. Trust me.
Let it rock. Because usually when y'all it ends up shit.
Philly's different. Julius Randle's not injury prone.
Right.
Nor is he Ben Simmons.
Right. He's not Ben Simmons.
I'm not trying to be an old ass nigga. We probably win a chip. No.
You ain't gonna do. Y'all really right there.
That might be your reaction.
Like I'm saying, you trying. Like, come on now. It's like we all know your next GM, bro. The next GM, they suck.
As long as Dolan stays out the way.
LB.
Because we've been killing it. As long as Dolan's out the way.
LB. For a Knicks fan to be going through all that turmoil, sure, asking for a lot this season. Y'all can't just be satisfied with where y'all at.
Exactly. No, we're not. No, we're not asking for nothing because we all expected the Knicks to do everything next season.
But how would Trey Young? But how would Trey Young fit with y'all? I don't see him fitting.
Yeah, make him fit.
Neither.
I used to work at Walmart 10 years ago, and when they be like, if it don't fit on the shelf, make it fit. Okay?
Oh,
Lord.
Right. But it's not gonna work because the GM.
LB, he hauled it by them old Nick John Starks Game 7. He pulled that like several times.
Oh man!
Like we trying to say
that ball out all series and get to Game 7 and just
like trying to say like the next GM suckers. Y'all could have had a great players.
A long time ago.
That Carmelo move was dumb.
Yeah, that was. That Melo move
Y'all
was dumb.
traded away all those pieces for
right.
Carmelo.
That was a dumb trade. Y'all should have waited. They should have waited.
Yeah, and I wasn't cool. They had to do something. Bullshit. We had to do something because LeBron did that bullshit.
Gallinari was a baller, nigga.
Wilson Chandler.
Y'all could have no. It's not like y'all could have like good play. Y'all could have had.
We love Carmelo. What do you mean?
We're saying the trade. You traded too many of your pieces. You should have waited that summer for him to be a free agent, and y'all could have signed him and still kept them pieces. Y'all would have won the next 3 years easy. Who was gonna stop that team?
Y'all could have signed. Y'all also
that year Melo got signed.
Yeah, y'all was whooping teams' ass that year before y'all traded for him.
But him with just Stoudemire?
Right, with Stoudemire. No, but I'm saying you could have signed Carmelo in the off season, and you would have still had the pieces.
They knew Carmelo, he was gone no matter what.
Right, he was out of there. Yeah.
LeBron was trying to talk that nigga to go into Miami. I'm like, but. That's the thing. We all thought LeBron was going to the Knicks because they had that shit running for like a whole year, nigga.
It was on magazine.
Nobody expected this nigga to go to Miami.
LeBron should.
LeBron should go to New York where it'd be so much pressure.
Yeah,
on him.
he would have been scared. That's too much pressure in New York.
Like Miami was like the last team on my mind when he said that shit. We all thought the Knicks would have made the most sense, or. What was the other team? Chicago. It was another team. I just don't remember.
It was Chicago.
Was it Chicago? Was that the other team?
Yeah. It was Chicago. Him and Wade and Melo at the time was going to join Chicago. Was going to be Bulls.
Chicago wouldn't
have. After they had, because they had that little, what was it, like they had got together. I forget when they talked about it, like they got on the boat, or some shit like that. And after that, it was like, oh, this nigga's going to Miami and shit.
Yeah.
When he said Miami, we was like, wow, that's crazy. I was mad for like a good 10 minutes, and then I realized he playing with my favorite player, so I gave it a pass. And then I think the next week, they announced Melo to the Knicks. I was like, all right, fuck it. We good.
We got boss.
Yeah, but y'all wasn't good, man. That was some of the worst losing in the Knicks history right now.
We was the number 2 seed in the playoffs. What are you talking about? Like
2013, only 1 year. You only have one good year.
But like
the number 2 seed. Talking about some triangle. I'm like, nigga, fuck that triangle offense, nigga.
Hold on. What year was this when y'all was the number 2 seed?
It was 2013 year.
2013 season.
They lost to Indiana in the semifinals.
Yeah. We was right underneath Miami.
Yeah.
You think I wouldn't, as a Knicks fan, wouldn't remember no shit like that?
I remember that shit.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, y'all had Mike Woodson. Y'all had Mike Woodson as the head coach, and y'all lost that semis. That following year, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, you got Phil Jackson. You got Phil Jackson that following year, and he was trying to run that bullshit, and that's what messed y'all up. And then he fired Mike Woodson, and then yeah, because y'all
Carmelo scoring 62.
Yeah, but y'all was straight because y'all team was decent. Yeah, yeah. If y'all would have kept Mike,
you trying to be a coach and a GM.
If y'all would have, if y'all would have,
that was the year of Linsanity.
2000.
That was 2012.
No, that was the year.
Yeah, it was trash that year.
2012.
They was trash that year.
Yeah, they were. You talking about the following season?
Fat as hell.
Yeah, I think
Carmelo was still hitting, and JR was going crazy. The only problem with JR was nigga DM and bitches on the sideline.
He was J.R. Smith
because Mike he couldn't get along with Mike Woodson and shit, so he's like, "Fuck you, nigga." Like
that nigga J.R. Smith is a
like the whole team just fell apart because niggas couldn't get along.
He played his best ball in Denver. And even there,
JR's best run is in Denver. But he did have his shit in New York. It's just that nigga just ran wild in New York. That's the thing.
No, like, J.R. Smith.
Players explain.
J.R.
Like,
Smith.
He's like they just run rampant. Like you.
J.R. Smith balled out.
Wild, like.
J.R. Smith balled out that season for the Knicks. They were in the second. They were on the second. Yeah, he won 6th man of the year that year. I remember because they lost to
Sanity was there too, and he had his run, and then that shit just
no. Lynn won on that team. Lynn wasn't on that 2012 to 13 team. Lynn was on that. No, he was on the. No, he was on the team before that. Because remember, D'Antoni started the season. They went 18-24. Then Mike Woodson took over, and y'all went 18-6 under Mike Woodson. And Lynn was balling that year. And then he left for Houston. Because remember, Houston had that ridiculous 4th-year option, and the Knicks weren't finna pay all that money to keep Lynn. Because remember, and then Lynn, because Lynn
in LA than Phoenix, right?
No, yeah, he was supposed to be the starter in Houston, but then James Harden became free. They traded James Harden there. Right.
It was like, get the fuck out of here, bum ass nigga.
Yep. Hey, say it. What you said, T? What you say, T? What you say?
Get the fuck out of here, bum ass nigga.
Hey, T. You know what the Houston GM said? Where's his jersey? Thank you, Kobe.
I remember the first game. Almost had a triple-double. I was like, so much for insanity.
That dude was so overrated.
Was he?
I'm like, man, as soon as they get the scouting report on this guy, man, he's done.
Right.
That brought out that. I ain't gonna lie though, that brought up the Asian crowd hard in New York.
It did.
It was everywhere. Everywhere in New York.
That nigga was all over the billboards.
They was naming food stuff.
Because LB, y'all lost that first round to Miami 4-1, and they shut Lynn down. They bottled Lynn up.
I remember, nigga.
They bottled Lynn ass up.
They was saying they was playing under Jeremy Lin better than playing
I remember that.
The Miami Heat met them in the regular season. He killed his ass. Mario Chalmers was all over that.
Yes, killed him. Yeah, shut.
I know, like we could beat Miami, but I don't know. And then once
y'all couldn't beat Miami. No, y'all cannot beat Miami that year. That El Burundi. El Burundi. Hey Clem. Do you want a side order of El Burundi?
Because I love the Heat too, and the Nets was killing it that year too.
But yeah,
what year the Nets was killing it?
They had Paul Pierce.
They weren't killing it that year. No, they wasn't. Hold on. They got their ass busted.
Huh?
I said
2014.
When they had Vince Carter?
No, 13.
No, he said when they had Vince Carter.
You talking about Darren Williams and Brook Lopez, dog?
Oh yeah, they lost in the second round that year.
That's what killed
They weren't killing it. They was okay.
No longer talking to LB now.
Yeah, they was alright. They was.
What are you talking about?
Right.
When they first moved to Brooklyn, it was good.
That's what's trying
They lost to the Nate Robinson Bulls when Nate Robinson was leading the Bulls.
The Nets was at the end, dog.
Yeah, they was at the
I'm not talking.
Nobody even understood why they threw all the Asian veterans on that team and shit just to get everybody.
They got knocked out.
I'm not talking Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce Nets. I'm not talking them niggas.
You talking about Darren Williams, Brook Lopez Nets?
No,
yeah, Darren Williams, Brook Lopez, Joe Johnson. Yes, they was cooking, my nigga.
They was not.
They was alright.
That's the word. That's the adjective you want to use, cooking.
They was alright.
That's the adjective you want to use. They was cooking.
They was alright. I use alright.
Top 5 teams in the East. What do you mean?
They was not top five in the East, bro.
They was like 7th, I think. They was in the bottom somewhere.
They lost to the Nate Robinson Bulls. I remember that. Nate Robinson Bulls, bro.
Okay, guys. All right, hold on.
He was never the Deron Williams that was in Utah. Maybe for one season.
Hey, hold on.
Hold
on. The first year when they moved to Brooklyn, because it was 2012 to 13 season, they finished 49-33. They basically lost in the first round. They had Avery Johnson.
To the Nate Robinson Bulls.
Hold on, let me see. Right, they lost to the Bulls 4-3. And in the next season, Jason Kidd became the coach. They went to the semifinals. They lost to the Heat 4-1. And in that third season, when they were in Brooklyn, they basically lost in the first round to the Atlanta Hawks. Remember that Atlanta Hawks team that was fraudulent, that won they were fraudulent. Right, they were real fraudulent. Yeah.
What was the point guard name? The little nigga that was going off?
Jeff T. Jeff T. That was Jeff T. That was the coming out party of Jeff T. Yep. That's when we knew T could ball.
And LeBron just stumped them niggas.
He did.
I'm sorry. I cannot say that Nets team was cooking down by any stretch. They had Joe Johnson, man. That's the most cookless nigga ever, dog.
He said cookless.
Joe Johnson was actually getting busy hitting the shots that he needed to take when he was on the Atlanta Hawks. Joe Johnson that's like his peak. But he was straight on the Nets too. And then after that, I don't know what happened to that nigga.
To me, his peak was when he was in Phoenix.
Yeah, that was his peak. Yeah. They went 49-33. Their first year is Brooklyn. Second year, 44-38. And then their third year, they were 38-44. Since then, they went 21-61, 20-62, 28-54. Then they finally got back better, 42-40. And then they were 35-37. And now they're 38-18.
That's what they get for leaving Jersey. Now we ain't got no damn team.
In Jersey, they were a lot better.
Yeah, them J kids.
Jersey had like a hot 2-3 years before they moved, but it was like they just wasn't getting nowhere. I forgot, wasn't Chris Henry on that team or some shit? It was like
what, New Jersey?
No, you talk. That's the Vince Carter, Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson.
The first one where they lost the first two finals, that was just the Jason Kidd with Kenyon Martin.
Mm-hmm.
That was it, and Byron Scott was the coach. They had Keith Van Horn. I think. Hold on, they had Keith Van Horn.
He was gone by then.
No, that was his. No, he was playing with the Nets that year, and then you had Kenyon Martin. They had Kerry Kittles. They had Kid,
Lucius
Harris, yep, Richard Jefferson. That's when he was a rookie.
On that team too.
Did they still have Kendall Gill?
No. No, he was gone. And then the next season, when they because next season they lost to the Spurs in the finals. They had Van Horn was gone that year. They had Dikembe Mutombo, old ass, Aaron Williams, Kenyon Martin, Kerry Kittles, Kid. So it was the Kid, Kittles, Richard Jefferson, and Kenyon Martin show.
I don't know how he made that shit work.
Dog, I told you, Jason Kidd is underrated, dog. That's why I be telling everybody, Jason Kidd is way better than a lot of these point guards they talk about.
Absolutely.
Jason Kidd is, you gotta put him in the top 5 of point guards.
Running team, dog. Them niggas will run your ass into
the
ground. And
because I was arguing with this other guy the other day. I'm like, dude, I would take Kidd over Stockton, dog, any fucking day. Jason Kidd, nigga. Jason Kidd was a monster. You sleep. I told this dude.
Stockton is only known for assisting, which is great. Kid can do assistant, score, and ball control,
and defense, and
defense,
rebounding.
Bro, he used to get the ball up the court so fast.
Yes, dog.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, he would turn regular just rebounds into fast breaks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
He was incredible at that shit. Dog.
Right. Jason Kidd was a number 1.
Ain't none of them niggas shooters and shit, dog. It wasn't none of them niggas shooters and shit.
Nope.
They were all slashers and shit. Even Kenyon Martin as a fucking power forward was a fucking slasher.
Yes.
Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like, at least got one off. Like when they went to the finals back to back, they should at least got like one off.
No, man, no. It wasn't. No, Tony Parker went off that series. He got busy.
Yeah,
he got busy in that series.
And I mean, you know what they just did. I mean, this is just kind of how you beat that team. You just make them play half court basketball.
Right.
That's how we used to whoop their ass.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, if they had like 2 or 3 shooters, like for real shooters, they'd have been dangerous. You know what I'm saying? But
absolutely,
they didn't. That was their downfall. They was too one-dimensional. You know what I'm saying? Like they was the best.
And then Tim Duncan was killing them. Tim Duncan had first game. They didn't have nobody. They didn't have nobody against them, because if you look at the finals, Tim Duncan averaged 24, 17, and 5 assists, and Tony Parker averaged 14, 3, 4. Yeah, he averaged 5 blocks. Yep, C-Pen. And David Robinson had 11 points and 2 blocks. And then you had Steven Jackson. He was hitting them corner threes. He was doing what Sean Elliott used to do and just shot their ass out the game.
Yeah.
And then the Nets, Jason Kidd had 19 points. 20, 8 and 6 rebounds. Kenyon Martin had 15 points and 10 boards in like 2 blocks, and 13 from Richard and 11 from Kerry Kittles. Yeah, dog. If they had some shooters, it would have been on and popping.
Yeah, they'd have been dangerous, man.
Yeah. Because Kerry Kittles could shoot, but it was only Kerry Kittles. That was it. You didn't have nobody else.
He was streaky at best.
Yeah, he was. Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if they had a couple more dudes that could really spread the floor, man, and give kids some perimeter options and shit. I mean, because that's just how they used to get down. They used to just get the ball up the court and dunk on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, they used to get busy, man. They used to get busy. I definitely give that New Jersey Nets team props.
Oh yeah, you got to. You got to give them props, man, because I think they made you guys a better team. They made Detroit better because they used to give y'all problems.
And I don't know what happened.
It would be Kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kid, and then when we got Chauncey, that kind of became like a little equalizer.
Yeah.
Bit, you know what I'm saying? But like,
and then I don't know.
Kid was a problem.
Yeah.
Then I don't know what
And
happened.
he don't get enough respect, and that's what pissed me off. That's what pissed me off. Jason Kidd don't get no freaking respect.
Nope.
We should get a lot more, man. For
Hell
sure.
yeah.
Who did they trade? Did Vince Carter get signed now, or he got traded to the Nets?
I think he got traded. I think he got traded for Jefferson.
Because you know why? Because him and he had fell out in Toronto and shit. You know what I'm saying? And
what did they trade him for?
I think they traded him for Jefferson, or no, Jefferson still was on the team. I think.
Yeah, they drafted Jefferson.
Yeah,
I think they traded him for who the fuck?
I know Kenyon Martin ended up on Denver Nuggets.
You know what? No, he went there on free agency. Kenyon Martin signed there. You know, because I remember he signed that big ass contract. You know what I'm saying, with Denver and shit.
Hold on, let me see. They had Vince Carter.
Finals. I was like, these niggas want to go to the finals, though.
Let's see, Rich.
That nigga is upset, bro. That nigga is quitting on me online right now, bro. He is upset, dog. Nigga is upset.
I'm still trying to get a PS5. This shit is ridiculous.
This nigga about to time his whole shit out online, nigga.
Hold on, let me see. They had. Let's see. They had.
LB said the Brooklyn Nets was cooking. I can't believe it.
What are y'all talking about?
They was not cooking, nigga. You was El Burundi. Nigga, you is El dog. You are El Burundi tonight, dog. You have replaced Sledge. No, you capping.
They traded.
I will never say nothing crazy like I was a fan of Bill Cartwright.
Dog, but you said the Nets. Oh, you stupid.
Williams and Brooke Lopez.
I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, nigga?
You know, we talking about the Knicks.
Yeah, CP.
Like,
right.
You go to the NBA store and you ask them, you looking for a Bill Cartwright jersey, they're gonna look at you like a ghost, nigga.
Right.
That was.
I worked at the NBA store back in the day, like a couple years ago.
No, I remember. No, I was looking for.
I've never seen a Cartwright jersey ever.
BJ Armstrong at best, but.
We got every Jordan jersey in the book, even the Wizards jersey. We got that shit.
Yeah.
So,
hey,
Vince Carter,
he was traded. He was dealt to get Carter. The Nets dealt Alonzo Mourning, Aaron Williams, Eric Williams, and 2 first-round picks.
Right.
Yeah, but that's that thing.
Toronto, they had fell out like a motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They did.
That's why the trade is so ridiculous. Like Alonzo Mourning, he got traded in fucking. Shit, he had the kidney problems and shit.
Yeah. Then once he got healed, he didn't want to be with the Nets, and so he went.
He got beefed out. Him and Kenyon Martin got beefed out. Remember?
Oh yeah.
That shit.
That shit was crazy. They was about to fight and shit.
Oh yeah. The previous summer, they had received 3 first-round picks in the deal that sent Kenyon Martin to Denver. Yep. Kenyon Martin was traded from there.
He was traded. Okay. I know he re-signed for like a max deal. It was like Kenyon Martin, a max deal. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, he was traded to the Nuggets for 3 future first-round draft picks and a sign and trade deal. Yeah, they paid him max money. I was like, why? You don't pay him no max money.
He's not that.
Oh, it was a sign and trade. So
right.
It was a sign and trade.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember that he signed like $99 million or something like that. It was crazy, dad. Like Kenyon Martin.
He was good, but I don't remember him being like.
No, Kenyon wasn't good. Kenyon was a solid role player, dog. He was a solid role player. That's all.
One of the best power forwards of like.
No.
I don't remember. I just remember.
He basically did nothing in Denver. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking Kid made him great.
Right. Kid made him better than what he was.
We was all like, a lot because a lot like that mellow wave was like strong.
All right. Cause okay, let's look here. In New Jersey, in his 4 seasons with the Nets, he averaged 15 points, 1 block, and he averaged 8 rebounds per game. So that was because of Kid. His numbers are up. When he got to Denver, his 7 seasons there, he averaged 12 points, 1 block, 7 rebounds, and he wasn't that good a free throw shooter. So he never broke 20 a game.
Yeah. That dude, man.
His best season was 17 points, 10 rebounds, and a block. And guess who that was with?
New Jersey.
Exactly, Jason Kidd.
I mean, yeah, because when Jason got there, Keon was all-star.
Jason Kidd is a fucking legend, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Jason Kidd made, huh?
Yeah, he in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he in the Hall of Fame. He better be in the Hall of Fame, or we finna go down there and talk to them in Springfield. Like, nigga, what y'all doing?
Yeah, he know.
They talking about Tim Hardaway.
Yeah, Tim Hardaway need to be in too, dog. That's disrespectful.
That crap saying all the gay people. I said, man,
because Tim Hardaway, his 6 seasons with the Warriors, he averaged 20 points, 9 assists, nigga, 2 steals a game. He was a problem. And then in Miami, he averaged 17 and 8.
This is why I can't blame. I blame the fucking owners just as much as the players and shit. Because it's like, man, you had no reason to sign fucking Kenyon Martin to a max deal and shit, dog. Fuck what you doing and shit.
HD.
You know what I'm saying? You just fucking up everything.
Exactly.
HD, can you look up Dan Marley and Kevin Johnson's stats when they was on the Phoenix Suns?
Dan Marley.
Kevin Johnson was a problem.
Dan Marley.
That Dan was a beast too.
Dumbo was a beast. People were sleeping on Kevin Johnson.
He coached at the GCU at the Grand Canyon University where I'm at, out in AZ and shit.
Man, how do you spell Dan Marley?
That's a scholarship.
Dan Marley averaged. He played for.
I used to think that nigga's name was Dan Marley, like DAM, like damn Marley.
Dan Marley, his 8 seasons with Phoenix, he averaged 14 points, 5 rebounds, and a steal and like 3 assists. I mean, he was a good role player.
Absolutely.
He was a good role player, and he was terrible from the free throw line. He was in the 70s. And then Miami, he averaged 7. And then in Cleveland, he averaged 11 for 1 season.
Okay, so he was like a role player kind of guy.
Oh yeah, of course. The dude who was the beast, was Cedric Ceballos. He got hurt though. That nigga was the beast.
Yo, he had a rap song with Warren G.
He did.
Kevin Johnson, his 12 seasons for Phoenix, he had averaged 19 and 10. Now see, that's what I'm talking about. Not no damn Pau Gasol, like that nigga was trying to say. Like, I'm like, dude, he never cracked 20 a season. Or got 10 rebounds a season. What is you talking about? He was the best.
Number 1. He's supposed to be somebody's number 1.
With Paul Gasol, Kobe.
Yeah, what's up, C-Pen?
Without Powell, like what?
C-Pen, what's up?
That's not even the worst take about Pau Gasol. That's not even the worst take about Pau Gasol, because like the other night, I was in Clubhouse and somebody was talking about Pau Gasol one time was the best big man in basketball. I said he was never that.
He was there. I remember that.
He would scream after every play.
When he said that, I was there.
His brother was better than him. What is niggas talking about?
We was laughing. Everybody was started dying laughing.
Better than Powell. Put in work.
If y'all ever get a chance, man, Charles Barkley on Open Court break down the NBA Finals with him and Michael Jordan. He breaks down the NBA Finals of his perspective of how he wished.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Man, dude, you could see the pain in Charles Barkley's just talk.
Man, Charles was a number 2, dog. That's all it was. It was him versus Jordan. Jordan won.
Yep. Yeah,
I mean, that's just plain and simple, and I don't like Jordan.
They really fucked that series up. They could have won. They could have at least pushed it to 7.
Right,
they lost
right.
home games. On the home games, they lost.
What series?
They messed it up. They showed.
It was Charles Barkley's fault,
right?
Because he's the one who left the dude, and it collapsed the defense. And
yep.
Shit. He left. Who was that? He left somebody down.
Paxson.
And the defense the defense collapsed, and they just kicked it back out to Paxson, dog, and he hit the 3.
Oh, Horace Grant. I think it was Grant, because Grant was the one throwing the passes. Yep, it was Grant. Yep. I remember. Because that was the series, because Grant was getting the ball, throwing it to him, and he was just killing. And I'm like, who this sorry-ass white boy balling?
Charles Barkley was getting double team on the block, and I think he had gave it to Dan Marley, and Dan Marley flared up a shot just out of nowhere.
No, that was the same game, but that wasn't the reason. They choked, dog. And then I think if they had Cedric Ceballos, that series would have been different. Because Cedric played with no fear. Cedric would kill you and go off.
He'd have locked up fucking Pippen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Easy.
Put some pressure on him.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, because I heard Charles talked about it, but he said it wasn't worse for him. He said the worst one was the kiss of death with Mario Elliott for Rogers.
Oh yeah, man. That was Robert Ory. That was Robert Ory before Robert Ory.
Yeah,
goddamn Ellie.
He said that was worse than the John Paxson shot.
Oh man, they both were bad.
Listen, Dad, like the nigga Mario Ellie Hills was over the 3-point line.
Yep.
It was like, oh, nigga.
Yep. Yeah. That was the Robert Ory before Robert Ory, nigga. That's Ellie just used to take people's souls. They had a chance
to beat Utah that one year and fucking
John Stockton.
Barkley just let John Stockton come up and shoot 3 in his face.
Yep. And John Stockton never been clutch. That was his first clutch shot.
Yeah, because he was
wide open.
We just watched him come up and shoot the 3. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, what the
Yeah, I was looking at Charles like, what is he doing?
Think about the what ifs, the what if players, the players that weren't able, the players that got hurt in your guys' mind. If you guys had those what if players, where do you think those what if players, if they didn't get injured, where do you think their career would be at?
Penny, Grant Hill, Glenn Bias, T Mac, all of them guys would have been up there. Reggie Lewis, all of them guys would have been up there. But the best one out of all of them was Penny. Penny was the one we never seen a Penny before. We never seen a Penny. A guy with that athleticism and the ability to control the pace of the game and can shoot in your eye.
And can shoot. I mean, he can do everything. You know,
post up. He could
just let the game come to him natural.
Right.
He's just a natural at the game and shit. You know, it's so crucial.
To me, he was Kobe before Kobe.
No.
Kobe, man.
No.
Kobe had to work hard.
Yeah.
He Penny was just a natural
Right.
with the game.
Penny was better.
Kobe before Kobe. I would say he was more like to me he was like Magic.
Back and watch his Memphis games. Like you could go back and watch Penny's Memphis games, and he plays exactly the same way and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't even have to like translate his game to the NBA. He just played and shit. You
right.
Like,
Penny was a natural gift, and not only that, Penny could play. Penny could play with any type of person, any type of four guys you throw out there. Kobe's gonna have problems, and Kobe my favorite guy, and he's my GOAT. But Kobe's flaws are he wasn't able. Him and Mike would rub certain players the wrong way. Penny could play with anybody. You could throw him out there with four guys, and them four guys are gonna look like they were never there. Like they're there now. But the day before, you was like, these guys suck. But today you like, damn, they actually could play. Penny could do that. Penny had Dennis Scott Ball, and he had Nick Anderson Ball, and he had these guys. He got Shaq to another level. Like Shaq to me played his best in Orlando. Like when he was with Penny, he played his best. Penny made him better. Like each game, Shaq was able to they were able to run that pick and roll. He was able to get the ball to Shaq. And Penny, that's the thing that I always used to get mad at Shaq is Penny never had an ego. He didn't have an ego. Yeah. Penny just wanted to win and just wanted you to keep your fat ass in shape. That's it.
That's why Shaq was bad, though.
Yeah.
That's why Kobe didn't fuck with him on the court like that, bro. That's why everybody was mad at Shaq. Because he don't want to fucking stay in shape.
Because he was really greater than who you became to be. You really could have been greater than what you really became to be, man.
Yeah, but Kobe
said, like, nigga, if you kept your ass in shape, they could have won more chips.
Right. You know like Kobe had to work on his game. He needed to work. Shaq was gifted. Shaq came in naturally gifted. You understand? It's kind of it's like Deion Sanders said it best one time. Yeah, I'm the most talented, but everybody around me is just as talented. So I got to do something to make myself stand out more. You know what I'm saying? Like he came in with the talent, but Shaq stayed the same. You know, he stayed the same. Allen Iverson stayed the same. Kobe got better because he had to work on extra stuff. Like Michael Jordan came in and he was Michael Jordan. Like he didn't need to do nothing. He was just Mike. You know what I'm saying? He had the athleticism.
I still watch The Last Dance.
He had the athleticism, the skill, the huge hands. Like he had it all. He had the arsenal. Kobe had to work to get to that point. He couldn't do everything Mike could do. That's why there's a lot of differences in their game. Like Mike was more athletic. He could do the fadeaway a little better because of his athleticism. Kobe was taller. And he was a little longer than Mike. So he could get it off. His shot was a little more flat compared to Mike's because of his lack of athleticism. But he was more skilled than Mike because he had to learn extra stuff to be able to separate himself. All Mike had to do was just work on his post game and his range. He was good. You know, he didn't have to do all that stuff Kobe did because he had the athleticism. So if he lost some athleticism, he'll still be at the 40 to 39 inch rate. Kobe's down at like the 31 or 30 if he lost his. You understand what I'm saying? So he got to work more. Mike didn't have to do that. Mike was just naturally gifted. Like he's a natural guy. That's why I don't like comparing them. Kobe to me is more like you would compare him to a Larry Bird than you would a Mike, because Larry had to work on his game. Larry wasn't naturally gifted with athleticism and all of that.
HD, do you think loyalty in the NBA is underappreciated in this era?
Yes and no. I just think it was never any loyalty from the beginning. To me, it was like you're going to a 9 to 5. That's your boss. and you're the worker. Once you outplay your contract, you go get another one. The thing that I think is no more loyalty towards the fans of the city. That's to me what's lost, because the fans are who make you who you are. Because the guys back in the day used to play on their teams. Like Michael played with the Bulls his whole career, damn near. Penny was with the Magic for a long time till he got hurt. Kobe with the Lakers, and you had Isaiah with the Pistons. Tia tell you, like, when they drafted Isaiah,
Tim Duncan.
Yeah, Tim Duncan with the Spurs. You had early on, you had KG with the T-Wolves. You thought he was gonna be there forever, but things didn't happen that way. Paul Pierce with the Celtics, then he got traded. So the players stayed longer because they wanted more stability. Because if you get hurt, that drops your value. And that's why a lot of players really didn't leave a lot. They were happy where they were at because they built something there. These players today, you got to understand, they're getting paid like buku bread, and plus they want to go play with their homeboys because a lot of these guys came up together in those AAU tournaments.
There's two reasons. There's
I
two
thought
reasons.
Allen
The
Iverson
reason
was going to
that
be
you
six
said,
forever.
and then there was the other reason where they want to go play in an area where they're most comfortable at, where they do shit. Like, this is why everybody runs to LA, New York, Miami, Atlanta. They run into the lit cities. Because NBA players have, like, they talked about this. It's like, when they're in Utah, they ain't shit to do in Utah, so everything doing as a team. But they do everything as a team and shit, and they just go wherever there's something to do in Utah. But if in New York, but then he went to New York, and it's like every man for themselves, and everybody just did their own thing. Like, I think that's where
I
forgot
basketball.
who said that. This was like a couple years ago.
I mean, that's true too, but it's like you can go to those places, and you gotta understand these guys are getting paid way too much money now.
I hear you. But
back then,
don't feel like
I understand that.
Jets if they don't have to.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. These guys don't want to play or win no more. They just want to party and fuck thoughts all day.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like, if you want to fuck thoughts and everything, like, I'm not going to put money in your hands. If I was the GM, I'm not going to put my name on you or give you the money. I'm going to let you walk. And that's the thing. These guys that are said they're superstars, they're really not superstars. They're role players being overglorified. To me, we got a lot of role players today being overglorified because of the lack of defense and the lack of coaching, the lack of structure, and they're getting all this money, and then they want to go fuck thoughts all day. I mean, that's cool. That's your prerogative, but I'm from the era where, nigga, I want to win. Fuck all that. I want to get my money too, but I want to win. I don't want to go over here and fuck thoughts all day. I'm trying to win championships and build my legacy up. But these guys don't have that mindset no more. These guys' mindset is money and bitches, which is nothing wrong with that. Just don't go the other side. Stay straight. I'm just saying there's two different guys. Like, you got the one like Donovan Mitchell where, yeah, it ain't shit to do in Utah, but he wants to win. He's invested in basketball. Then you got a guy like Lonzo Ball.
Other niggas bitches. Like, let's not do that. He popping other niggas.
But you know how I feel, man. It's like niggas nowadays, man. They be putting the pussy on the pedestal, man. These young dudes and shit, man.
Them niggas is doing that shit 30 years ago.
Let's not act like niggas just like they was back then. No, I'm saying we can't. No, we're not gonna act like niggas that. Niggas wasn't that happy back in the 90s and the 2000s.
Okay, but Michael stayed.
It takes a different level of priority now than it did. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't put the hoes over the hoop, nigga.
All types of shit. At least I ain't
niggas be putting the hoes over the hoop.
They was wilding out way more than they were now.
I'm saying though, but
they weren't wilding out way before then. Now it's just that theirs was more different than now. Now everybody wants you to see what I'm doing. Then, yeah, but those guys did it behind closed doors, dog. These guys are doing it out in the open. They're doing it out in the open. Dog, they're doing it out in the fucking open, LB. These guys ain't smooth at fucking all. These guys are basically walking around. These guys are basically walking around like, look at me. Them guys then, they were doing that shit in privacy, nigga. And they weren't, and if social media was around then, they won't be doing this dumb shit like these niggas would. I bet you they wouldn't. It'll be the dumb niggas doing it. It'll be the dumb niggas doing it. It'll be the dumb niggas doing it, nigga. It'll be the dumb niggas doing it, nigga. Not the niggas who bought they shit. Mike wouldn't have been doing that shit like that. Mike wouldn't have been on no damn social media. You crazy? You know how much that nigga brand worth? You know how much that nigga brand worth, nigga? Dog, that nigga brand is worth billions and millions at that time, my nigga. Why would he jeopardize that shit just to be on a fucking camera? Right. And he vetting these hoes. He checking these hoes out before he fuck them.
7% of the league would have been wild. You would have seen all types.
It wouldn't have been no 75. I said it would have been 35, maybe 25. It wouldn't have been no damn 75. You crazy.
I think with the NBA.
No, nigga. Hell no. Now you definitely capping.
Where it's at right now.
The
like,
Lakers would have had so much controversy.
The old school players compared to the new era players. Like, I think like the focus is on too much of the outside of the basketball, which is taken away.
Exactly. That's the truth.
Which is taken away.
And that's the truth, Sean. That's the truth, Sean.
Like they love niggas doing shit outside of ball. I explained it like these young niggas, they care about what they do outside of ball. That's why you see LeBron doing what he do on IG. And a lot of what these other niggas is doing.
Okay, but LeBron, but look, but LeBron won championships though. LeBron won championships though, so he can do all that shit he does. A lot of these niggas ain't even going to make it the next 3 years. And they're doing dumb shit now, trying to worry about a brand that you ain't really doing shit. You ain't win nothing. If you win something, that'll make your brand even better. But these guys are too busy wanting to do their brand right now instead of waiting. That's why you got a lot of these niggas that flame out in 2 or 3 years. It's a fact.
It's really taken away from basketball. Like, people worried about their brand more than basketball.
The goddamn product.
Right.
Well, put that on the fucking NBA. That ain't really on them. That's on the NBA.
No, I'm not saying it's just on them, LB.
So I gotta go out and fucking market myself.
I understand. You're right, LB, but I'm not saying it's not the NBA fault either. I'm just saying the players.
I can have a game drop like 50 and y'all niggas ain't talking about on ESPN.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not just blaming the players. See, you're going left with it. I'm just trying to tell you that it's not just the players. Yes, the league has something to do with it, but you also have these players who aren't even trying to fight the league on this shit. They're just like, you know what? I'm going to worry about my brand and do all this extra curriculum shit before I actually prove my shit. That's all I'm saying.
You do, depending on like what you talk. Like if you're talking politically, Kyrie's doing that.
Yeah, I mean, what Kyrie's doing, that's fine because Kyrie's won a championship and he proved himself at the highest stage at that level.
That nigga ain't winning shit. They be returning like this nigga ain't winning a ring.
No, I understand that. No, you're right. And that's why I'm saying the media, yes, the media is bullshit. But I'm saying he's fighting them politically to show, look, players who really just want to play ball and actually want to be recognized for playing ball, he's over there with that faction fighting. But you got this other faction of guys who are just worried about their brand and showing who they are, like Alonzo Ball. I got to rap and I got to be all in the spotlight before I actually do shit on the court. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying the media is innocent. Fuck the media. I don't even like the motherfuckers because I feel like they ruined a lot of sports because of their biasness. So all I'm saying is is that some of these players need to get their priorities straight instead of following what the media is trying to do and follow that agenda and make their own agenda. That's all I'm saying. Get yourself right on the court first or on the football field, then worry about your brand. Then start putting your brand out there. That's what the old school niggas used to do.
I don't want to bring up like
gotta prove yourself. You gotta prove yourself.
You play 2K. You play 2K. And those storylines, right? You know those storylines they do on My Career Mode. Those be like real conversations that they be having, like with the and all that shit. You gotta go to this place. You gotta go to that place. Market yourself there, and then get this deal here to get this deal. They ready to like put you on the spot, like before you even touch the fucking court.
Right. But you also have a choice on 2K whether to follow that or go work your ass out in the gym.
Yeah,
you got that choice. So
you got options.
That's why I said I agree with you saying, LB. You my big dog. You my bro. I agree with you, but it's two sides, like you were saying.
I gotta put it on the NBA, like. If y'all learn how to like actually market people what they do on the court, they ain't gotta go extra mile and do what they do on social media. Plus, on top of that, you just dealing with
man. But see, here's the thing, man. Like I be saying though, it's like fame is more important than all of that shit to some motherfuckers.
Right.
They don't even give a shit about their pockets.
Talk about that shit no more.
It's just really be about the fame and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I don't even bring that shit up no more. Like, y'all gonna be complaining about that for another 50 years, dog.
You got NBA players trying to hang out with Rihanna, Beyonce, and shit. It's different.
I mean, but that's look. I don't have a problem with that. Those guys back in the day did the same thing. Magic Johnson was out chilling with the superstars like Rick James, all of them, Eddie Murphy. But guess what? Magic never let that stop what he did on the court. He still came on the court and busted ass and won 5 rings. That's what I'm saying. He still did his job, and he still, after he left the court, his brand was able to expand because of what he did on the court. That's all I'm saying. It still comes back to what you do.
Times is different now. Where
I just feel like the NBA lost itself between the 90s and the mid 2000s is when the NBA lost themselves after David Stern passed away. I think that's when they lost
like last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like mid late 2000s.
He's been retired for about 5-6 years now. But I mean. It's just a different kind of mentality now.
Right. That's all.
Like mid 2000s wasn't bad. It got really crazy around 2014.
Right. 2014 and that 2013, that's when it got real bad. Yeah, when Adam Silver took over, that's when it got terrible. Right. That's when it got bad. But in the 2000s was fine. They still had some of their old school ways. They still were balling. They still were playing the game the right way. You know what I'm saying? It's not like now. That's what I'm saying. You also gotta look at the previous generation before. See, when they see LeBron, what like LB was saying, LeBron's out here on the gram. He's doing all of this stuff. He's the face of the league. So now they want everybody to be like him. And you got some players who are like, look, man, I ain't down for all that extra bullshit. I'm just here to ball.
Like they're the black sheep of the NBA. Like,
right.
HD, that was my question. Do we?
Kawhi Leonard.
Yep. Kawhi Leonard. Yep.
Kawhi Leonard has a personality of a fucking.
That was my question, HD. Like, do we really see like who could you handpick out in this NBA right now? Like, who could you really handpick out right now that's influential to how it used to be back then?
Kawhi.
Realistically,
Kawhi would fit in any era because of his skills. Like, he would fit back then, like in the 80s and that time, the 70s, because it really wasn't they weren't like marketing you off of like what you were doing. They saw what you did on the court, and then they would translate it to, oh, he balling on the court. Okay, we're going to promote him. They would promote you. like regardless of what you did. But when the 80s came, that's when we saw Magic. Magic set the stage for, you know, you got to have that smile. You got to work the crowd. You got to entertain people and bring people out. You know, he had that flamboyance about himself. And I think Sino talked about it on the video. He taught Isaiah how to get his team up there. It wasn't just what you did on the court. You had to make yourself marketable and make yourself shine. Yeah, so you had Isaiah in the commercials dancing with the Converse. You had him playing the game. And then, you know, they started hating him because he started beating them guys that was their gods, their people they put on a pedestal. So, and so Kawhi would fit in the 70s era more than he would any era, because that era was mainly about your skills, like what your ass did on the court. You know, KD, he's cool and all, but KD's real sensitive. You know, he would probably be, somebody would talk trash to him, he'll get in his feelings, and then all of a sudden he'll go for 40 on your ass, you know, mad. So he's a different type of guy. Like, he's sensitive off the court, but on the court, the dude's a monster. So, I mean, he's one of them guys who's different. Kyrie, he believed the earth flat. Kyrie could play, but Kyrie to me is a little injury prone. I think he's a little small. He would be pushed around a lot in that era. So to me, KD and Kawhi would probably be the only two guys I could see translate to another era better than the rest of these guys.
I got a big thing with KD. Like, if KD, I mean, because I don't know if KD. I mean, they say Kevin Durant's hurt. I don't know if he's hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt
from the outside.
He got hurt.
Outside looking in, like Kevin Durant.
He got hurt.
Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, those are probably like the two most players, in my opinion, that are probably like the most interesting players that I probably watched in basketball. Because, like, with Kevin Durant, it's like, all right, you went with one team to go to Golden State, went to another team to go to Brooklyn. I barely see you playing in Brooklyn the way you like put this whole team together the way you were trying to do. I don't know where to rank Kevin Durant in the rankings of NBA players.
Like, all-time list, I would put Kevin Durant in my top 15. That's where I got him.
Individually.
Yes. All-time ball player.
Durant's still great.
He's in my top 15.
The reason why the Nets can do that is because they got the team to like set them out, and they can rest.
He's in my 15. He's in my 15 because, dog, he's 7 foot. And he plays like he's 5'8".
Plays like a point guard.
Right, he plays like a pointer or two.
Kevin Durant. Don't get me wrong, man. Like, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, those players, like, they're great players, but I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of excuses for these niggas, man.
Like what? Like what excuse? Like,
they act like this nigga was on cruise control at Golden
I
State.
don't.
He was the best player there.
Okay, well let me tell you this, Sean.
He was the best player on the team.
Let me tell you this, Sean. And that's you said basically make excuses. Kevin Durant, the thing about Kevin Durant is this. Kevin Durant, when he played in OKC, he was the head guy. Russell Westbrook came out of nowhere. We didn't know Westbrook was going to be that guy. So Westbrook's personality engulfed his. Westbrook is more of the emotional, the rah-rah, let's go, guys. Let's get this game going. We're finna win. KD was the best player, but KD's not vocal. He's very laid back. You know, he's laid back. He plays, he shows you I play by example. I play by example. Follow me. I'm going to drop this 30 on these nigga heads. Y'all follow me. Just help me get over the top. Now, James Harden, the reason those teams were good because James Harden was able to come in and switch the pace of the game. He was their point guard. So when everything would break down, if Russell Westbrook was off or KD was off, Harden would come in and kill, and they would be straight. Serge Ibaka was their rim protector. So they had the complete team. When they traded James Harden, Westbrook got hurt that next season. If they would have had James Harden, they could have went to the championship that year with KD. But they didn't have nobody but KD. So KD is not a point guard. If you put KD as the main guy on a team, it's just like how you see with Steph Curry. They can't get everybody off. They can get themselves off, but they can't get everybody off. That's why if I put James Harden on that team or take KD off, Harden would get that team to a third round or a second round spot because he can control the game. He's actually a point guard. He's just a big guy where you would think he's a two guard. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So KD, that's what I'm saying. As a player, he is a scorer. He's a killer. He's a guy who's going to go out there and give you 20-some to 30 points a game. And he's efficient with it. But he's not the guy who's going to make all four of your guys better. Like as far as, I'm going to get this guy an open shot. Now, since this year he played with Brooklyn and him coming into the game, he's been playing more like the old school way, playing as the point guard in the post, like Pau Gasol and other guys used to do. They'll get guys open that way, and then he'll hit you with a pass. He'll hit you here. So he's doing more of that, facilitating, because KD knows in his mind he can't do what he used to do. So he has to get everybody involved, because Kyrie's a guy who can – Kyrie's the same way. He goes off for 30. He could kill you. You know what I'm saying? But Kyrie can't really make everybody go. He's the guy who can get himself to go. That's why.
Yeah, he can get himself going instead of other players around him.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So KD, as far as greatness, you can still see his greatness. I can put KD on the best team in the league or the worst team on the league. Kevin Durant's fucking great. He's going to be fucking Kevin Durant at the end of the day. LeBron, I can't put LeBron on the worst team in the league. I have to put LeBron with certain players that he can play with for him to be successful. So if I have to do all of this for you to be great, how really great are you? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how I judge greatness. Like Kobe Bryant, I could put Kobe on the worst team in the league because I've seen it before, or put him on the great team in the league, and Kobe's going to be fucking Kobe. He's going to dominate. His personality's going to engulf the team. That I'm that nigga. And you going to be number two. Kobe is like him and Mike. If they, like T said one day, if they played on the same team, they gonna argue until the game get about to where they're gonna lose, and then them niggas gonna turn around and win the game. Cause they gonna talk shit to each other. Man, you should have passed the ball better. Well, if your old ass wasn't doing this, Mike.
I got a big question for you, HD.
Yeah.
So, I got a question. I got a leading question leading into this question.
You straight? I'm off of work today.
So my question is for people is, where did the Iverson and Stephen Curry comparison come
the
like,
media.
Where did it,
the media.
Like, where did it come at?
The media.
So right. So my thing is, when Steph Curry was on. Steph Curry and them Golden State Warriors were on the run before. This was before KD. Like, where I feel like even though people looked at Steph Curry and people seen what Steph Curry was doing on the court, like, I mean, the man was lights out, just balling straight up through the run that they were doing.
Absolutely.
I don't understand like where the whole downfall came from. Like I feel even when Steph Curry was balling the way he did, I still felt like people was like, man, I just can't wait for this nigga to fail.
Well,
because I just can't stand that nigga.
Well, you gotta understand, Sean.
Most of them are LeBron fans.
Yeah, most of LeBron fans. Yep.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, you gotta understand when you're great, dog. They're gonna tear you down. That's just how it goes. Like it seems like the black athletes are the only ones who get that treatment. Yeah. They'll be good for so long, but we gotta tear you down now. But all these white stars, they continue to be glorified even after they done raped about 80 people. But they're still glorified and they're still able to play. They're still they're good. They're Hall of Fame bound. They have no smudges on their record. But if you're black or mulatto, you got to get torn down. You got to be pulled down. Everybody loved Pat Mahomes, but he lost his Super Bowl. Now everybody trying to say, is he going to be able to be great? Is he going to get better?
Is he really the quarterback?
Right. Yeah. It's dog, he's fine, nigga. It's Pat fucking Mahomes. You guys, what is you talking about? The Chiefs would have never been in that predicament without him.
That's what I'm saying. HD, that's what I'm Super Bowl second year. That's what I'm saying. HD. I feel like I'm cool with for any player. I watch all these players. I watch all these players play. I like watching basketball just in general. I grew up watching basketball since I was a little kid. I like the thing is with a player like Steph Curry or players like Kawhi and things like that. I feel for me, I feel like before you critique a player, how about you talk about what they did for the league and then critique the player?
What you mean?
Speak on their positives more than you speak on their negatives.
Oh,
most of these players got more positives than they have negatives.
But Sean, this been going on before. Slavery been going on for 500 some years. They just moved it from the cotton field to the job. So it's that's just how it is, dog. They're gonna talk about the negatives. Kevin Durant has been the best player in the league since 2010 to me. C Penn may come and say, nah, HD, nah, light ass nigga, you tripping. I like this nigga better. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean C Penn wrong. That don't mean that I'm wrong. It just means we have a difference of opinion. T may come out and say, man, Isaiah was the best. Fuck all y'all shit y'all say. I may come and say, man, I like Kobe the best. That doesn't mean me or him are wrong. That's just what we prefer. But you got to understand, people are controlled. They feel like you have to follow what everybody says. I wasn't a Jordan guy. My brother wasn't a Jordan guy. He was a Magic guy. I was a Penny guy growing up. And I liked it, I liked it Bird and Barkley. I liked it Barkley mostly. Because I just this nigga was the littlest nigga on the court, just knocking niggas over. Then Dennis Rodman. I loved it Rodman when he had the hair color in San Antonio and he was getting 20 boards a game. I was like, this nigga take his job serious, nigga. He gonna get that board. You ain't stopping my dog. So it depends on what you like. I got Rodman in my top 5. Other people may be like, you're crazy. He's in my top 30. I'd be like, okay, that's you. I don't give a shit. You gotta understand, everybody has their own opinion. They always are gonna point out the cons of players because that's the only way they can make their player look good, by tearing that player down and making this guy look good. For example, they're trying to say, well, this is KD's super team, but LeBron ain't got a super team. And I'm like, okay, did he assemble this team from free agency and trades? Yeah. Okay, so he built his damn team up, not organically. So he stacked his fucking team. That's what stacking means. Did KD stack his team? No. KD came there with just Kyrie and DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan, at this point in his career, is nowhere near a top 15 or 20 player. He is just an old guy trying to get a ring like all the old guys back in the day did. They traded for James Harden. KD didn't go up to the office and say, you better get me James Harden now, like somebody in LA. No, the GM traded for James Harden. So they built their team. Their team was already built from the ground up. They just added them guys there so they can make it a championship team. That's what you do. They already went through the process of building their team up.
Nigga act like KD was the mastermind.
Right.
Steve, my thing is with certain people. And I mean, obviously, nobody on this panel or anything like that, but just in general.
No, you're good in general.
Just in general, is that I don't like when people in general like try to make debates for their narrative and act like they didn't see what they see in real life in TV or what they did. Like what I mean by that is when you have people say, I mean, I'm gonna say Curry. Like when you say people like Curry, oh, he choked, he quit, but then at the same time they kind of like contradict themselves and say, well, what happened with John Stockton? Well, John Stockton came short. What happened with Michael Jordan? Well, Michael Jordan, he came short. What happened with Kobe Bryant? Well, Kobe Bryant, he came short. Superstars come short all the time. Sometimes superstars, before they become superstars, they have to fail before they get to who they are.
Right.
Kobe Bryant had to fail to become Kobe Bryant. Michael Jordan had to fail before he came to be Michael Jordan.
Right.
Like superstars had to become and fail before they got to where they had to reach on top of that mountain. So sometimes like I be feeling, I'll just sit back and listen. I'm just like, God damn, like the perspective of things and opinions of things and pretending as if you didn't see this person play the way they were playing, and to say a person just quit, it's kind of like a slap in the face just because a person came short.
I mean, Curry is a guy when he was in the finals.
Just for any superstar, not anything specific with Steph Curry, just for any superstar. Just in general.
Well, with Kobe's thing was Kobe and Shaq were beefing in that Pistons final. So the Pistons used that against them, which was smart. And they pushed their pressure up to force Kobe and them to have to work to get the ball half court. And that messed up when they were giving the ball to Shaq. And then the clock be about to go down. And Shaq used to get either a 24 clock violation or Kobe was jacking up shots. That's why Kobe jacked up a lot of shots in that series, because the clock was on like 11 or 12 and it was running down and they're trying to get it to Shaq, but it takes Shaq an extra 5 seconds with his fat big ass trying to get to the post. So that series, like, yeah, he came up small. Like, yeah, he did. He had a bad shooting performance. And then in the Boston series, that really wasn't Kobe's fault. It's just that Boston was much more physical. They whooped their ass in the perimeter. They really needed Bynum in that series just for an extra body to keep it off of Powell. Because, see, Powell's more of a finesse player. He's not I'm a bang you type of player. So that's why he was getting knocked around in that series. And that's why they lost. And then they had a bench. They had Eddie House coming off the bench, James Posey. They had a squad coming off the bench, Big Baby.
P.J. Brown.
Right. P.J. Brown was lighting them up. They didn't have the depth to match that team. And they lost it. And Kobe basically, he took the blame. But that really wasn't Kobe's fault, that series. That mainly was they just were outmatched. They just got beat.
Yeah.
And then
I was saying that's a better team.
Right. And then the series with Curry where they were up 3-1 by them suspending Draymond, Andrew Bogut got hurt, I believe, in that game.
Yeah.
So that messed up their whole thing. So they had guys playing in there that usually don't play the minutes that they do. And basically Curry had to play more minutes, and they basically got cheated out by the refs. But Curry was making some mistakes that game too. He was throwing the ball over his head. He was just doing. He was making bad decisions. And then down the stretch, he went cold. You know, sometimes Curry goes cold down the stretch. That's why I prefer a scorer over a shooter. Because shooters go cold sometimes at the wrong part of the game. And that's why they lost. And Kyrie just hit the shot. So I don't know why people talk about the block when Kyrie hit the shot. Like, that's all I remember was Kyrie hitting the shot to win the series. I mean...
That shit made me walk out the room and just turn the TV off. Right. I just turned that shit off.
And then Kevin Love, if you remember, Kevin Love played defense he didn't stop Curry, but he deterred him from making the shot. And Curry missed the shot. So Kevin Love and Kyrie really were the ones who balled out that game 7. LeBron balled out early, but that's what he always do. He blow his load early, and then he ain't ready for the second round. He done. He done for the night.
But yeah, those are my questions, man. I was just interested to see your take on things.
What you think about it, T?
I mean, listen, man. It's like Curry. Sometimes people just call it how they see it and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't have nothing to do with necessarily, like when you say like critiquing and shit, you know, it's like, you know, somebody just gonna tell you how they feel. It don't necessarily have to be personal or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just how they feel about a player and shit. You know, and that's okay. It's just like I tell motherfuckers all the time and shit, you know, or like HD was just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, people like different things. That's fine. That's not what I personally fuck with, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, but, you know, everybody got their fucking opinion, you know what I'm saying?
C-Pen, what you think?
I mean, what about the criticism of Curry in general?
I mean, yeah, and like the criticism basically saying players choke and some people will say this player just fell short, like just the whole criticism thing.
Yeah, like just in basketball in general.
I mean, Sean pretty much summed it up, man. Like, every single player that comes to the league, they gotta fail before they get the success. You know what I mean? And like for some players, and like we already discussed this before, like only 1% of players that play in the NBA are gonna win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
So that just comes with territory. But even if you don't win the championship, that doesn't mean you a bum.
Right. Right. Exactly.
The chips didn't fall in your favor, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it happens all the time.
Mm-hmm. It happens all the time, man. Like C-Pen and T was saying, it's like everybody think you gotta win a championship. And I mean, yes, that's the ultimate goal, but everybody don't win. Like Carmelo, you think Carmelo didn't want to win a championship? He wanted to win. It's just it didn't fall in his favor. He did everything he felt he did. Go ahead, T.
Look at that old punk ass bubble chip LeBron got. That shit don't mean shit.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's terrible, dog.
Right.
It don't mean a goddamn thing
at all.
Yeah, God got a plan for different people in life, man. God got a plan for different people, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes it don't pan out the way you want it to be.
Yeah, I mean, but the NBA is very controlled, so you're not gonna really have a chance unless you're in that echelon of who they want to promote. You're really not gonna win like that. So that's why like the 90s, like Michael Jordan said at the Magic, this is the 90s now. So we all just came to the conclusion, well, Mike gonna win. That's just Mike. Mike run the 90s. That's who they want, and that's who they picked. In the 2000s, you would have had Kobe running it, but he caught that allegation. So he caught that case. So they went towards LeBron, and LeBron was supposed to be the guy to hurry up and take over the league, but he couldn't do it. So he had to go somewhere else to get it. And then the 2010s, like Michael Jordan said, like they asked him to pick between Kobe and LeBron. He said Kevin Durant because he knew Kevin Durant was coming. Like Kevin was gonna sneak through that back door, and he did. He got 2 chips. So I mean, right. So that's what I'm saying. You know, would I have wanted to see KD win with OKC? Sure, of course, I wanted him to win there, but it don't happen that way, dog. Like, you got to understand, people always give the management passes in OKC. Like, they didn't want to keep the players. If they would have kept Harden and Serge Ibaka, they would have had a chance to win probably a dynasty. They probably would have had a dynasty. Like, we don't know. That could have been probably the best teams we talked about.
And if they fired Scott Brooks.
Right, and they fired Scott Brooks.
And it takes so much to win a championship. You still need a certain amount of luck to win a championship.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the ball has to drop in your favor so many times. Yep. I mean,
the refs got to be in your favor and shit.
Yeah, you know, if I could think of how many championships the Pistons blew because of a bad call, or you know what I'm saying, just some anonymous other bullshit. Where, you know what I'm saying, like, they played the game to fucking win the game.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But fucking, for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying, shit don't pan out like that. You know?
Honestly, bro, when that whole Warriors and LeBron shit was going on, I thought the league had an end for the Warriors because they didn't want that nigga to get the throne. That's just how I feel, though.
I mean,
I think the Warriors just choked that shit away, bro. I'm going to be honest with you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was up 3-1.
I think, you know what I feel, nigga? I feel them niggas knew that motherfucking Steph Curry about to be 4-0 in that motherfucking finals, nigga.
I think they just got gassed out.
I mean, I think they helped the stretch. But it was like, man, they had their opportunities to win that game. You know what I mean? To win the series. I mean, bro, and on top of that, playing Game 7 at the crib. I was so disappointed in them niggas.
Yeah, but the thing, they couldn't make a shot, and also, like I said, you gotta remember when Bogut got hurt, guys were playing extra minutes that they really wouldn't be playing and mess your rotation up. So when they got to Game 7 down the stretch, dog, you know, they were gas. They were out of gas, dog. It just happened, and Kyrie just had one more bullet in the clip. He let it fly.
There was like 4 minutes. Either team could even make a pass.
Right. So both teams were missing. Both teams was basically choking. Like, they both were choking. Like, it was like the most terrible last 5 minutes of a series I've ever seen. Is this dude missing? I'm like, damn, is somebody gonna make it? And then that's when I think LeBron got some block, but J.R. Smith was in the way. He the reason why he got the block, because if he wasn't there, Iggy was gonna boom that bitch. So it was, and then Kyrie got the shot, crossed Steph up, and hit the shot on him. It was incredible, but to me that was a whack ass finals, dog. I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't like the final. I didn't like that finals. I thought that was a whack ass finals.
I was like at the bar, like in panic when he hit that shit.
This was a whack ass finals, dog. I hated that finals. That finals was trash, dog.
Like a blowout.
I was happy when KD came, because them finals was glorious. Because it was
whack because that shit was set up, nigga.
It was fun,
that shit
man,
was
to
set
watch
up
him.
for LeBron to win that shit.
I mean, but it's not only that. It's just that it was just, to me, I felt like the Warriors should have won in 6.
Them niggas were not trying to let Steph Curry get that run off on LeBron, nigga. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, bro. That's some real shit, nigga.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
face of that league, they was not gonna let that nigga Steph Curry be the face of that league, bro.
I mean,
they was not gonna let it happen.
That shit was fucking
yeah,
crazy.
but at the end of the day, you still got to put the ball through the hoop. If Golden State would have hit a couple shots down the stretch, they would have won. And we wouldn't be having this talk.
The game, I was like, oh, they're on that bullshit. I was like,
that was just dumb as
I was laughing.
You know what it is.
And then they tried that same shit again next game.
That nigga came back in Game 7 and played the game of his life.
He did. You know Draymond balled the hell out.
I don't get no other support.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, I was laughing. I was laughing because like Aisha Curry put a tweet out talking about it was rigged.
Yeah, it was rigged.
Yeah, it's true. What she said was true. What she said was true.
But you can't say. Yeah, but you can't say that though. You can't say that. You can't say that.
No, she can't say that.
You can't say that though, Sean.
Aisha,
right.
Say what you feel. Say what you feel.
Yeah, but she lost. But when you lose, you can't really say that, man. You gotta bite the bullet and move on.
Nigga, we only lost because the league had it in for us, bro.
I feel you. I feel you, but dog, you can't say that, dog. They would mess with your husband, dog. Like you're messing his business up. You gotta understand that's his money. You can't mess it up. You gotta shut up.
Remember how terrible that game was. That Game 7 was in the last. Like they went like 3
shit off. They over here talking about double the Curry stopper. Like, man,
no, he wanted the Curry stopper.
That was trash.
Yeah, that was trash.
But remember how bad that fourth quarter was in Game 7? Like they went like both teams went like 5 minutes.
I told you it was trash, dog. They like, both were choking.
Except for Kyrie and shit.
Right.
Everybody else choking. Dog.
Yeah, Kyrie hit the 3. That motherfucker walking down court like this and shit. And then he don't get no credit for the shot. He don't get no credit, and I'm like, you LeBron fans are idiots.
Kyrie, shout out to you, nigga. But Steph Curry hit the exact same shot in your face, nigga, the next year. The exact same shot, bitch.
Yeah, he did. He did. I forgot about that.
Yeah, a lot of niggas do forget about that.
Hey, my nigga Sean, AT, my nigga Sean Michael Jordan Petty. I took it personal. Hey, yo, hey, AT. AOT, this is Sean. This is Sean. I took that personal. I took that real personal. So guess what? Curry hit that shot in your face. Shut your ass up, Kyrie fans. He got him back. The Last Dance presenting Sean's story. Man, I told you. I told you, man. Y'all keep dissing Steph Curry. See, I got all y'all. I got all cases. I got cases on all you niggas. All you niggas got cases, nigga. Keep fucking with me.
I run this shit.
I got my receipts, nigga. I got my shit, T. I got my shit, LB Clem and C-Pen for the win.
I was hella disappointed in Golden State, man, for letting them bums come back 3-1.
Yeah, man, I was mad too.
Disappointed too. I was pissed.
Pissed off.
When I was at Golden whole, because it was just me and one other random nigga in the restaurant. We was for the Golden State Warriors. The rest of that whole shit was packed. Dog. Like niggas was standing like that shit was packed like it was a club or some shit. We all watching it. We like everybody
that 3-1 lead was about.
Kyrie hit that shot. I was hurt, my nigga. I was hurt.
Yeah, nigga, you were hurt. Nigga, you were hurt.
I need you niggas to win. Nigga, I was
mad that night.
Nigga, I ran down the steps like, nigga, I'm done, bro. I'm about to just pawn my TV, nigga.
Nigga, I was like, ain't nobody trying to root for that third world country.
You know,
I call Cleveland a third world country.
I want to
I Queens and shit. Watching the
Cleveland. I'm like, I'm supposed to lose.
Oh my god.
Right, Clem. Right, Clem. Y'all supposed to lose, you sorry bastards.
I wanted them niggas to break the 73-9, win the chip so they can shut Michael Jordan up.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts, me too. Me too, dog. For real, me too. I was so mad at them. They lost.
2 years later, LeBron was like 2 years later talking about we're gonna beat the Chicago Bulls record, and I'm like, my nigga, that record's already beaten.
Right. Right. Like, what is you talking about?
That nigga Steph Curry. That nigga Steph. I don't know why LeBron perpetrated, nigga. I don't care if y'all niggas agree or not, but that nigga Curry better than LeBron, nigga.
Oh yeah, Curry is better than LeBron, absolutely. Yeah, we been knew that, nigga. You telling us something we already know.
The difference is between Jordan and like,
y'all niggas want to get under. Y'all niggas want to get under LeBron's skin. Niggas say Steph Curry better than LeBron. Them niggas want to have a field. No, he ain't.
You can say anybody better than LeBron than have a
right. They gonna shit they pants, nigga.
Right.
And you got niggas that are not even LeBron fans. Like, no, that nigga ain't better.
Sean, last night I was talking to a LeBron fan. I showed him the tape of 2018 NBA Finals. Steph Curry shut down LeBron, bro. He had LeBron at 33%.
I couldn't believe it, dog. They made that. I watched that shit live on a 100-inch fucking projector screen TV, though. Like, and these niggas the next season talk about Kyrie, like LeBron was the fucking main reason. Like, what? That's why I was like, Kyrie, get out of there, bro.
Like, LeBron was about to pack it in until Kyrie started to turn up. Kyrie started to turn up.
Oh God, bro!
In the whole series, remember he went off that the first game. Draymond was gone.
Yeah,
I think Kyrie had like 40 points. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk, Kyrie was carrying that team, bro.
Yeah, Kyrie carried that team. Hell yeah, he carried that team.
Niggas tried to do this mental gymnastics and say it's because of the block. What the fuck?
Block? No, nigga, it was because.
Listen, Dad.
It was because of that shot.
Yeah, man. LeBron was on the verge of quitting, like he said.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they had lost that close game. You know what I'm saying? They was all heartbroken shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Draymond ends up going out the next game, and then Kyrie goes off.
By then, I was off LeBron. I
was
mad at LeBron. After he left the Heat, I was done with LeBron.
Like that third quarter, just went bananas and shit.
Okay, well, that was
at the parade.
That was the one thing I was mad at with the Warriors. Them niggas were trying to get that 7.
And then he tried to get this Kyrie at the parade.
Okay, hey T, the game with Draymond, I think this one he got suspended. And Draymond. Yeah, this one he got suspended. The game he got suspended. Kyrie Irving went off for let me see. Yeah, Kyrie went for 41 and LeBron had 41. But let me see.
LeBron had what?
LeBron had 41. Let me see. The first quarter, LeBron had 12. Kyrie had 7. The second quarter, LeBron had 13. Kyrie had 11. Quarter 3, they both had 11. And in the fourth quarter, Kyrie closed with 12 and LeBron had 5. And that was the 4. And that was the 4. Now that was game 5. That was when Draymond was suspended. Now game 6.
You know that shit funny as hell, JSD.
Break that shit down. Break that shit down.
Oh man. Let's see. Then
eyes don't be lying, Dad.
And then
niggas can watch all of these.
Oh
games,
yeah. Okay. And this is game 6. This is game 6 for the game. In game 6, let's see. Because this is when Draymond came back. Kyrie. Yeah, LeBron had 41 and Kyrie had 23 in that game 6. This the one where Curry got ejected. You right, C-Pen. And let's see.
Through his mouthpiece at the fan and shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
right. Yeah. Quarter one, Kyrie had 7, LeBron had 9. Quarter two, LeBron had 5 and Kyrie had 13 in quarter two. Quarter three, LeBron had 10, Kyrie had 2. And then in quarter four, LeBron had 17 and Kyrie had 1 near the end. So they
LeBron closed the game.
Yep. Okay. LeBron closed the game. He closed the game in game 6, man.
How many free throws did he shoot, Dad? No, they don't got the breakdown.
Hold on. He attempted, let me see for the game. In the fourth quarter, he attempted 4 free throws and made 6 shots out of 9 attempts. So he balled out in that one.
Yeah, he balled out.
In the fourth one in the game.
He was cooking down the stretch.
Yeah, he was cooking. And then for the game, he attempted 8 free throws. And he had 11 assists with 8 rebounds. So let's see.
Yeah, I'm still dying off that.
Yeah, I don't know, Sean. That sounds like they kind of took that away, bro.
And then game 7, the closeout game, LeBron had 27, Kyrie had 26. In quarter one, LeBron had 6, Kyrie had 4. Quarter two, LeBron had 6, Kyrie had 5. Quarter three, Kyrie had 12, LeBron had 4. And quarter four, LeBron had 11 and Kyrie had 5.
They were back and forth seesaw and that shit.
Right.
Damn.
So they won that game. And in the fourth quarter, Draymond had 4, Clay had 4, Steph had 3, Sean Livingston had 2.
That's said 4, 4, 3. That's 11 points right there. Who else scored in the fourth?
No, it's 13. They had a total of 13 points.
13 points in the fourth.
And the Cavs had 18.
Yeah, them niggas were playing defense on them niggas.
It was just trash. Remember, like I was saying, they went like 5 minutes in the fourth quarter without a break in the basket.
It was terrible, yo. I remember that. Terrible. I hated that finals because it was so terrible to me at the end. But
hey, shout out to the Cavaliers, man. Y'all were the better team that year, man. Shout out to y'all niggas, man.
I don't shout out them niggas.
They was the better team.
I don't shout out them niggas. F them.
Yeah, fuck them niggas.
Yeah, fuck them niggas.
That's how
I ain't want Cleveland to win no championship, no joy, no nothing.
Right,
fuck them.
Right. Fuck Cleveland.
Bitch.
Right.
I said it that night. That night, I said I ain't trying to root for this third world country. I'm with the Warriors, nigga.
You feel me?
Championship.
You know what I'm tired of?
Before the Knicks win another championship.
I'm about to go on therapy mode. You know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of these Kawhi Leonard bitch ass niggas coming into the fucking.
That be your niggas that you be talking to on Ticker's channel.
Okay, hold up.
I don't really hear about that shit.
Okay.
Kawhi sexual.
Okay, this nigga said that Pau Gasol saved Kobe. Pau Gasol in Game 7 scored 19 points.
Nice.
And Kobe had 23. And he attempted 15 free throws to Pau's 13 free throws. So they both had an off night.
From a 2010?
Remember, that was the year that Kobe was hurt.
Yeah, Kobe was hurt in that fight. No,
Kobe had like 10 rebounds though too.
Hold on. No, Kobe had 15 rebounds.
Yeah, 15 rebounds.
And Pau. Yeah. No, he was trying to say Pau saved him, right? Yeah, Pau shot 38% from the field. He mostly got his points from the free throw line like Kobe did. And Kobe shot better than him. because he was at 54%. Kobe was at 73%. And Kobe went 6 for 24 because of that bad finger.
Mm-hmm.
And Meta World Peace, Meta had 20, but Meta was he was 39% from the field. So the guy who really balled out, they all played hard at the end because Derek Fisher had 67%, but he only attempted 6 field goal attempts. Lamar Odom balled out off the bench with 8 field goal attempts, but he only made 3 field goals, so he had 7. So that's what I'm saying. He was talking about that he was like Kobe was this and that, nigga. Like nobody carried Kobe in Game 7, so I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Pau Gasol saved his career. I don't see it.
I can't wait for the Clippers to get eliminated the first round.
He just started watching basketball in 2015.
Right. Because the first quarter Kobe had 3, Pau had 4. The second quarter Kobe had 5. Pau only had 2 points. And then quarter 3, Kobe had 5 points. Pau had 4. This was a defensive game. Kobe had 10 points in the fourth quarter. Pau had 9. So what is this dude talking about?
Ray Allen had shot his load in that Game 6, and he didn't have nothing in Game 7.
Right.
They was tired.
Right.
Yeah, they was tired.
Right. Exactly. So that's why I'm like, what is you talking about? Like, I'm like, dude, what is you talking about? That's what I'm trying to tell him.
HD, this nigga didn't even see this series. Now he just started watching basketball
in 2015, right? Didn't he say that?
He started watching ball in 2015. I said, who is y'all talking to?
Right.
Oh, that's the nigga that likes the trannies and shit.
Right. And then look at this. Dog. Kobe for the series averaged 29 points, 8 rebounds. Pau averaged 19 points and 12 rebounds. And Meta was at 11 points per game. The Celtics had Paul Pierce at 18, Garnett at 15, Ray Allen at 15, and Rajon Rondo at 14. So they had.
It's really amazing they beat that team.
It is. Yeah, because
you had Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, young Rondo.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, they had
Big Baby Davis when he was good.
They had Rasheed Wallace. They had Perk. They had Nate. They had Tony Allen. They had Marquise Daniels. Marquise Daniels and Tony Allen were their defensive guys.
Yep.
So, dog, that was a hell of a team.
Marquise barely played.
Yeah, he did.
But I mean, it's like, man, they really lucky. Man, Kobe's ill, dad. It's really you look at them lineups, them 2 lineups and shit, dog, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
nigga, how you beat them niggas, dad? For real.
Yeah, but that's what I'm telling the dude. Like, I'm like, dude, you just start watching basketball 2015. I'm like, you just a troll, cuz it's okay if you trolling, but you don't know it about basketball.
Yeah, I mean, you just think of the matchups and shit, like Rondo versus Derek Fisher. That's Rondo. You know what I'm saying? You got Kobe versus Ray Allen. Okay, Kobe, but he's still Ray Allen and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got fucking Paul Pierce versus
Meta.
Who was there? Odom?
No,
Meta.
Yeah, Ron Artest.
Okay, that's gonna be a tough matchup for Paul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a tough.
That's
you got KG against Powell, and that's like and
KG
Bynum versus Perkins. You know what I'm saying?
But see, what the people didn't understand is that Ron Artest, he always matched up well against Paul Pierce. So if they would have had Ron Artest in that first finals, they could have won that finals if they had him, because Paul Pierce was a load.
Hey, you think about it, that's why they got him.
Yep.
Ron Artest will tell you he loved playing against Paul Pierce because he knew he could frustrate Paul Pierce. Everything messed up.
Ron Artest is getting his shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he used to get in Paul Pierce shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Paul Pierce hated him. Paul Pierce really hated that nigga. He used to give him problems all the time, man. That's why I used to be like, man, giving them problems. You couldn't, because Ron Artest, man, if it wasn't for him, being crazy, man, Ron Artest we don't know what he could have, because remember, he was giving you buckets early on in his career. He was dropping 20-some, almost 30, and locking you down on the other end.
Take over the Pacers when Reggie left.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, he was, a real true positionless player. Like, he could play anything and shit.
Yeah, he could play all 5 positions. Like that. That's why I tell people, like I told this one dude, I said, dog, Ron Artest was better than LeBron. I'll take him over Bron because he gonna shut niggas down and rebound.
Yeah. Nah, he'll hit you with an out of nowhere elbow once in a while, but hey, it is what it is.
Oh yeah. Cause in Houston, he was averaging 17. In Sacktown, he was averaging 19. Chicago, he was averaging 13. He was averaging 17 in Indiana. Man, Ron was getting busy. And he averaged 2-some steals a game, man. That's crazy.
Lockdown defender. You know what I'm saying? I still don't think he should have got the defensive MVP over Ben that one year. You know?
03 to 04? Nah, Ben should have got it.
Yeah, like
Ben should have got that. Yeah, Ben.
Like they was tired of giving it to Ben and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, Ben deserved that, man. Ben should have got that defensive player. They kind of low key hated my dog Ben, man. You know what I'm saying?
All of the niggas. That's why they changed the league right after that too. Mm-hmm. After they won that, like you can't. There'll never be another team with just some very good players, without a superstar win an NBA championship. Never happened.
Well, y'all did have a superstar. Y'all had Rasheed. Rasheed was y'all superstar.
The superstar on that team at the time, you could say Rip Hamilton. You can say
true.
See, that's the thing. See, I'll ask this to another group of 5 people, and they all say the 5 different players and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's no one true superstar on that team, and that's why they
got like the most marketing because of the mask and shit.
Well, but then you got to think about Chauncey. Chauncey was like top. Other than Jason Kidd, he was the best point guard in the conference and shit, and damn near in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So and he had the name. He had the Mr. Big Shot name. You know what I'm saying? He was the one, and he was the one. He was in the MVP race one year. You know what I'm saying? So he got a lot of billing too.
Yeah, Ben Wallace was originally the one that's getting marketed a lot too. He had that big old fro.
Exactly, and that's what I was just about to say. The real centerpiece was Ben Wallace the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like Ben Wallace is the reason the whole thing came together like it did. You know what I'm saying? And it was all around the fro. You know what I'm saying? It was all centered around the fro. So. So that team had no true superstar and shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, fucking, that'll never happen again. That'll never happen again.
Oh no, not at all. That won't happen again.
Nah, they'll never let that shit happen again.
No, they can't do it. The best point guard of the past decade. They got Kyrie, Westbrook, Chris Paul, Steph Curry and Dame Lillard.
Wait, run that back.
It was saying the best point guard of the past decade. You got the choice of Kyrie, Russell, Chris Paul, Stephen Curry, and Damian Lillard.
I mean, pure point guard is Chris Paul.
Right.
He's pure point guard.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You want to talk about hybrid? You want to talk about hybrid guards? You want to talk about hybrid guards? Then Steph.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're just going based off like the position. Like, I mean, you could play semantics, but.
So wait a minute though. But who's better between Steph and Kyrie? I'm gonna say Kyrie.
I got Kyrie.
I got Kyrie now.
Me too, Kyrie.
Before it was Steph, but I got like right now, Kyrie.
I don't know, because Kyrie had some bad teams in Cleveland early on.
They was shit.
They was very trash.
I'm not even talking like team. I'm just talking about as an individual player. I got like right now, I will go with Kyrie. The only thing Steph got really over him is shooting.
Yeah, but Kyrie's the better scorer.
Kyrie's the better scorer. Steph's the better shooter.
Right.
Who got the better handles? Kyrie got the better handles.
Yeah, because sometimes when Steph be dribbling, I'll be like,
you need to be careless.
He be looking like he gonna lose the ball, but
man, listen, is Sean still in here?
No, Sean left out. His phone probably died.
Yeah. Like that's why I be saying like that nigga, man, he never make it in the 90s. It would not be the same Steph Curry.
I mean, a lot of these niggas.
No, a lot of these niggas won't make it. Like I said, the only two players I would see is Kawhi and KD. That's it. Like who can translate?
KD would either. KD would get his ass knocked around.
Yeah.
He might could get by in the 90s and shit. You know what I'm saying?
He'll definitely get his ass knocked around. That nigga try to shoot, that nigga catching the elbow.
Man, somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
But Siobhan's gonna be like, get up.
Yeah.
Hey, that just made niggas get strong and shit. That's all. You know?
If you want to change, if you want to change,
I don't think
he be like built different.
I don't think KD's the type to get hit in the chest and fucking stay down and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't either.
If you get hit by Charles Oakley, you would.
Trouble breathing, man.
Shooting it down.
I don't think he'll be scared, man. Like I think LeBron would be scared.
I
that would be his biggest flaw. He'd be too scared to play in the 90s.
I think Kawhi and KD would make it. I don't think none of these other niggas would make it. Westbrook would make it. He would have to change his game like a whole lot.
Westbrook would definitely make. He'd be talking shit.
He'll be talking shit.
Nigga that was in the 90s. He the main.
Right. He'll be talking shit. Even if he bricking. He like, nigga, you trash. You trash. Rock a baby, nigga. Shit. Man, motherfuckers be looking at him like that nigga crazy, nigga. Oakley gonna be like, I done hit that nigga with 2 bows. He still came in here to dunk. Nigga, fuck your bow. Oh!
You gotta have the heart, man. If you ain't got the heart, man, you ain't gonna make it in the 90s and the 80s.
Right. Westbrook got that heart.
Yeah, he got the heart.
He got heart. He all fucking hard. What your boy said on Jerry Maguire, nigga, I'm all heart, motherfucker.
but it's like, listen though, it's like, you know, see niggas like Westbrook, he'd have to get a jumper, man, to reach.
Oh yeah, he would have to.
Because the lane wasn't just open like that.
Oh no,
he'd have to get a consistent jumper, dad.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, because in the middle we call them centers. That's SINNER, not the center.
Right, dad. Saying all over your ass, nigga. For real. That nigga Westbrook, it'll be so many, man, only so many elbows he could take and shit.
Yeah,
like, man, I better
make them niggas think I'm gonna do something else and shit. if they know I'm coming to the hole, it's gonna be like 3 or 4 of them niggas. You know?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think Rondo could have played back in the day.
See, he's listen. He's talented. Like, you know, he always reminded me of fucking Rod Strickland and shit.
Yeah.
You know? He's definitely like, not really a jump shooter, dog, but can take your ass to the rack at any moment and shit.
Yep,
you know
and then he can hit that pass.
Kind of quickness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that lightning in the bottle kind of quickness.
Yeah. Yeah. What'd you think about CP3?
I respect him as a point guard, but personal reasons, I don't fuck with that nigga like that.
It's not business, it's personal.
You're right.
I live out here in Winston-Salem. I know how that nigga really is as a person. Like,
oh, okay.
Man, when he done took one of the bitches at the strip club and shit, dad.
I was at a high school. Like, I didn't know nothing about Chris Paul. These niggas rolled Chris Paul, everything. Chris Paul this, Chris Paul that. Because I think he was in Wake Forest at the time when I came down here.
Okay.
And I seen how he act. And then my homeboy's older brother said he went to West Forsyth High School with him. And he was a little dickhead too. So he was a dickhead in high school. So he knew, like, because niggas was like, that was one thing about these little ass towns. Like, when they think they the shit, they think they just, like, when they know they going to the league or some shit, they be acting like hella cocky and shit. Like, you can't do that shit in New York and LA or somewhere like that. That's a big city. They ain't gonna give a fuck. They just be like, they didn't do that with Sebastian Telfair and shit.
Man, Sebastian Telfair, man.
Yeah, you was a big player, like, in high school up in Brooklyn and shit. Huge. But it wasn't like the whole city revolved around you, my nigga. With Chris Paul, he had like the whole city revolved around him. I'm like, nigga, sit your silly ass.
He didn't work on his game, man. He was good. He didn't work on his game, though. You know what I'm saying? He ain't put the work.
That nigga in the streets. That's what happened.
Yeah.
He was in the streets. That nigga went to Lincoln High School.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, even Watson ain't in that like that. I think he from here too. Josh Howard.
Josh Howard from New York?
No. Here, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I think Josh Howard's from here. But he didn't act like Chris Paul. That's why when Rondo punched that nigga in the face, I'm like, bro, like, when you, like, because he got a mouth on that. I was like, I know. I had to punch a lot of niggas in the mouth out here, too. Shit.
Brandon Ingram from Kinston. You say Brandon Ingram what?
He's from Kinston, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
My cousin went to high school with his brother.
Oh, Dewan Howard? I mean, what's his name? Josh Howard? Dewan Howard? What was his name?
No, Brandon Ingram.
Oh, Brandon Ingram?
Yeah.
He's from NC? I didn't know that.
No, I'm from Jersey, but I got family down in Carolina.
Oh, God.
Shit, I do too. I got family all over Carolina.
I have no family in North Carolina. My parents just moved here. And I was like, what the fuck? And he trying to hype me up. Like, Jordan with here. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I don't know who it is.
I'm sorry. I'd have been like, Pops, we don't fuck with Jordan over here. We don't shoot that nigga no bail.
Man, none.
And I went to the area where Jordan lived at. I'm like, get me the fuck up out of here, please.
Wilmington?
I'm too black for this motherfucking area. Like,
he stay in the sticks. Or his parents in the sticks, right?
Mm-hmm.
That nigga lived in Wilmington, right? Like,
Wilmington.
That shit ain't that far from Chapel Hill. Like,
yeah, but that shit like Boonties though, ain't it? That nigga grew up on like a farm and looked like and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it ain't a